Greetings all, and welcome to this next episode of D&D Blender, the campaign. Unfortunately, your humble DM is also a complete idiot and recorded this episode rather than using the studio mic, using the microphone that was attached to the laptop, so the audio quality of this episode is quite bad. However, if you have any questions or are unable to hear specific sections, please leave a comment in the comment section, and I will do my best to fill in whatever questions you have. And now, on to your feature presentation. So, welcome back to D&D Blender. In our last episode, shenanigans occurred with time. The party managed to infiltrate deeper into the hidden area under the lighthouse, discovering a series of rooms containing variations of different artificially created modrons. Making their way into the final chamber, they fought themselves a mecha chimera and was able to quite handily disable it by removing the control discs in the various components of this creature, finding themselves a new ally by the name of Stevie, the pentadrome who had been captured in this back room, and also discovering a unique piece of ancient technology, as it were. A artifact known as the Fragment of the Past, which is something that was causing all sorts of weird time shenanigans within the lighthouse, or at least outside of the lighthouse. Removing it from the device that it was inside of, the party then made their way to, well, actually beforehand, they made their way to the top of the lighthouse and removed the shadows that were covering the light, which was rather unusual because shadow creatures have an aversion to light, but with some fantastic, what's the word I'm looking for? Turn undead thing. I was like repel the darkness, but that's not right. So, but yes, some fantastic use of turn undead, managing to dispatch these creatures, and repairing what damage you had done, and restoring the lighthouse to full function. You all took a long rest within the confines of the lighthouse, and that was where the session ended. So, Wanderers, what would you like to do?
We got level 5 at the end of
You got level 5, exactly, yes.
So that's probably...
Yes, so you should level, yeah, sorry. So, yes, you can level up while we're discussing things. Sorry, I thought you knew. So, yeah. Why didn't you tell him that he got level 5?
Pretty sure I did. Pretty sure he was doing something. Totally listening.
Alright, cool. Alright, so we are currently in... Voss has not reappeared at the moment. So...
Now, first things first, I'm going to cast Vestal's magical aura on the Fragment of the Past.
Mm-hmm.
So to literally everyone else, it appears to be just a piece of rock.
Okay.
So it doesn't come across as magical or anything.
Done and done.
Nice. I'm going to spend some time casting my Forge Blessing on my sphere.
Very good.
I'm swapping it from AC to attack damage.
Ooh.
Just new, because...
Yeah. Get more stabby stabs.
Yeah.
Alright, these two. An 8 plus...
Plus 9.
Plus 9. You've got history out the wazoo, my dear. So what is it you're trying to determine?
I want to know if it's legends in Final.
Okay. I think we covered this in the last session, but I'll reiterate. So... Oh no, because you did when you did the identify on it, wasn't it?
And I passed a history check.
Oh, you did a history check as well, right? So the fragment of the past is only been spoken of in legend. It was thought to be something that could never possibly exist. But there was a mythical item known as the Cube of Fate, which was what generates time, essentially, or allows for time to exist moving in one single direction. Similar to the way that the Stone of Corbinet maintains the dimensions of reality, this maintains the flow of time. But when the gods finished creating what it was they had created, they worked out that you could potentially use this device to go back and change one thing. And if you changed the initial point of creation, you could undo everything that they had done. And so, not wanting it to fall into the wrong hands, and again, not trusting each other, they separated the cube into 5 separate fragments and scattered them throughout the multiverse in order to keep it safe. And until this point, it was considered just a legend that these things could never possibly exist, but you have currently seen one. So now you know that the legend might be true. Or is true. Look like you're thinking about something.
Yep.
No? Okay.
I'm always thinking whether or not I act on it.
Yeah, so it looked like there were words bubbling up, but I wasn't sure. Okay, very, very good. Okay, so your long rest has come to an end. Is there anything else you wish to do within the lighthouse while you're waiting, or?
What are we going to do about Stevie?
Hey, what about me?
Are you willing to stay here, or are you coming with us?
I'm going with you.
Alright, he's coming with us. And we explain that to the council. Oh, and on the subject of the council, not a word about this. We never found this. So I trust the council about as far as I can throw them. That's not very far at all.
Well, in saying that, if they see Stevie, they'll know we've been in the back room, if indeed they even know the back room exists.
Exactly. So play dumb. If you're able to do that, that would be
Ow.
helpful, but
A wig.
a wig.
It seems very probable.
A wig.
How are you going to disguise that as something else?
Alright, we'll go down, we'll buy a wig, and we'll put it on the pentagram, and maybe they won't notice.
Yeah, what about my other 4 faces?
I love the assumption that the wig will convince them that you're not actually a pentadrome, you're just a quadrome that looks weird.
They could. I don't know their intelligence.
This is true, they might fall for something. Unfortunately, I don't think I have any spells in my repertoire that will help with that.
That's hilarious.
That has to be a drawing now.
Yeah, I know. That's just, fucking hell. It's fantastic. Alright, so.
With a high enough performance, I'm sure he'll get
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah, man. Come on. I'm dreadful. So shit really went bad, I tell you.
Actually, we probably still have his face. His old, Dreadful's old face.
Yeah, you've
like
got
around
Dreadful's old
somewhere.
face. Yeah, it's,
Slap it on the pentagram. Just hope for some really bad perception rolls.
yeah. Where the hell is it? I'm trying to find this thing. There it is. Cool. Alright. So, what is it that... So, do you wish to just stick around? You're going to jump in the teleporter?
I think we need to...
If we stay
Solidify
a few months
our story
longer,
first.
Alright, cool.
elders are going to come up and see what's going on.
So I prefer that to us having to go to them. And besides, if we're up here, we can at least plan out a story.
But I mean, if they come up, they might go looking for the stone if they're not there.
Well, we have an excuse. The shadows were here. They they killed the puppeteer, whatever his name was. I don't think we ever actually found out his name. We killed the puppeteer. Oh, sorry, the shadows killed the puppeteer,
You know.
which would turn him into a shadow. What happens when shadows kill you? And then they stole the stone, if they asked about it, and fled.
Stevie,
Yes?
how good are you at lying?
Is it in your protocol?
Well, my protocols don't really exist anymore, so my guess I can be okay with lying.
Excellent.
So probably the best thing in terms of like timelines is that when we got here, things were already screwed up and Stevie was already out.
Stevie had escaped by the time we arrived, and you informed us that the shadows had overtaken the place. A group of them had slain the controller and taken the stone, and then we repelled the last of them.
Or we don't say anything about the same.
Well, no, but if they ask about the stone, we hypothesize to them that the shadows must have taken it.
Stone? What stone?
Exactly. And then we repelled the remaining shadows who had gathered around the light for some unknown purpose. That much is actually true, because none of us know why they were there.
Why are we lying to the elders again?
Because I don't trust them with this.
But they're supposed to be the people that look after our city and look after all our people and everything. And they have for years and years and years and years and years.
And you don't
Isn't
find that
that not exactly the
suspicious?
point? They've been around for a very long time, seemingly not aging.
Aging.
And
Because
that-
we keep bringing fruit to them.
well, I'm still concerned about the fruit, to be honest, if that's what's happening on the
Yeah.
I don't know. I like some of that fruit.
Let me put it this way, Rouge.
Didn't you grab some of that fruit?
You know me. You know how I've survived. I don't trust anyone, least of all people in positions of power. So I'm not
Yeah.
trusting them with this, especially given what little we know about it.
Yeah, alright.
But I mean,
Just don't ask me to do the lying.
Oh no, I can lie.
just
You know
just
how good I
pretend.
am at that.
You don't have to lie. You just have to admit
Admit the
the
truth.
details. Yes.
To be fair, we tell them that we came here. Stevie was free, which is partially true. He was free of the owner's control, seeing as the owner was caught in a time loop. And we went to the top of the lighthouse and repelled the shadows.
Look, I'll just talk about the shadows then.
To lie either. I don't really have any positive.
I don't know whether I'm actually any good at lying.
Who actually has a positive score in
There's
deception?
no. So there's a difference between lying and not
Admitting.
telling you the whole truth.
Exactly, which is what we're doing.
Yeah.
Stevie was technically free. The shadows were actually surrounding the light. We just don't mention the stone. If they ask about it, we have no idea. Which is also not entirely a lie. Look, it's fine, Rouge. I'll do the talking, because I actually have deception as a skill.
Charisma score.
I don't have a great charisma score. It's 0, but I do have +3 in deception. Because
5 for the plus zeros.
I have no charisma either.
no one in this party is charismatic.
Oh shit.
We don't have a face.
Sure we do. Well,
Well,
I'm not
it's
there,
me.
but he's got 2 of them.
I mean, currently, I reckon
I
you're
should
probably
put
the
points
only
in
one that
charisma
the
because
elders
that's my saving
know
throw
well
for my
enough
spells.
to believe.
Oh yeah, because everyone thinks I'm
Spells.
insane.
No, for my
The main stat.
So I can
for
play it off as old Zaris.
Cleric?
Zaris knows lots. Zaris sees all.
Been confused with something.
Zaris knows all.
Yes. You talk to them and confuse the hell out of them, and then they won't ask us.
Zaris came with party, but Zaris was the main one. Zaris found Pentadrome. Zaris Pentadrome free. Zaris then top of lighthouse and repel shadows.
Who shadows?
Zaris is very good at lying.
Stevie?
No.
No, with the
Um,
two.
Yeah, something completely different.
If the elders ask how you got out, your memory data for that particular point in time is corrupted. Okay.
Okay.
Hopefully they won't ask because ours is gonna.
Cyrus will ours.
Very good. And you see, Stevie, for the most part, has actually been assisting with the artificial modrons. He's been basically going up to them and just doing small adjustments and making the entire place literally run like clockwork. So,
Oh, actually, that was something else I was going to ask Stevie. These discs, are
Yeah?
you able to recalibrate them?
no.
Yeah, that's just a thought.
Okay.
Recalibrate it to what?
I was really hoping to get one of those quadrants following me around. It'd be really nice to have a bodyguard. Other than you, obviously. What?
How are you gonna recharge it?
It takes electricity, apparently.
And how are you gonna recharge it?
I'll shoot it with electricity, it's fine.
And do you have electricity?
You have one or two lightning spells, yeah.
That seems dangerous.
The point is, I can't do it anyway, so it's fine. I think we really...
Does the person who charged their belt by
He's shocking the shit out of himself.
I am Nissa, not Nuru.
Yeah.
Also, the one who integrated a weapon into their arm so they could fire it with their blood.
Again, I am Nissa, not Nuru.
That wasn't intentional, though. That actually happened once the...
Yeah, once you go close to
Yeah. Different campaign, people. Don't worry about it. Yes.
I am
For
not
more
like
information,
walking
check
around.
out Tales of Woe on this channel.
Woe is me.
You are fine.
until you died.
Until you died. Many times.
Many times.
Alright. Cool.
Is our story settled? Can we go now?
I think we can go. Unless we want to wait around for timelines to realign, which they might not do. So I think it's best if we head off.
And if the elders ask where Dreadful is?
Oh shit. We just say that he died.
But then didn't he get the badge too?
Oh yeah, see what the badge would have reappeared. Actually, that's an excellent question. What happens to the badge when we jump dimensions? Timeline. Too many questions. Dreadful and
Don't know.
yeah, we don't know what happened. Well, I mean, we could tell the truth. We don't know. They vanished.
After the ropers, we don't know.
Like, again, we wouldn't technically be lying, just omitting the full truth. But we don't know what happened to them. Because right now we don't know where they are, or which timeline they're on.
I mean, technically that's not a lie, so...
No, it's fine. Again, we won't be telling any direct lies, unless they ask about the stone. In which case we can just say we don't know about the stone, which is, again, not a complete lie. So,
How about I just keep my mouth shut, because I'm not, I won't screw it up.
up to you.
That's my plan.
Zara's will be Zara's. Zara's will make silly jokes and confuse them. And we will take Stevie with us. Zara's will be.
Yay!
Yes, alright, so we're settled then? No one else has anything to contribute before we jump down to the portal? Apparently not. Alright. We'll take the teleportation circle. I assume I know how to activate, maybe?
If you look at the teleportation circle on the wall directly behind it, it actually has 3 different sigils
Oh.
attached to it. One of them has the what appears to be a picture of the citadel. One of them just has a circle, and the other has almost like a semicircle with. So imagine.
Oh, so it's like the dome.
Imagine a dome, but what appears to be behind the dome is a pyramid.
Okay, so new plan. We try out some of these sigils. Look, they're cool. We don't know where they lead. Adventure.
That's the point.
Perhaps we could try asking first.
I'm with this plan.
What happens
Alright.
if there's only enough power because we took the stone out
Fair
to do
enough.
one teleport?
Alright, let's go. So you said this one looks like the Citadel, which is
Mhm.
where we came from.
Correct.
Alright, so I'll poke that one.
Okay, so is everyone in the
Uh,
circle?
once everyone's
Yeah,
finished, I'm on
okay,
the circle,
okay.
not by
It's
myself.
a bit of a tight squeeze with Stevie. He sort of stretches himself up high, and you guys all sort of get underneath his legs. He's sort of like in a weird pentadrome cage. But once everyone is within, you tap the sigil, and you hear the outer ring lights up, the inner ring lights up, and then all of the energy courses through, and you go, and you all flash and reappear. Now,
Roughly.
I need to roll a dice.
Oh,
Okay.
It's just like, okay, and you end up
Hmm.
in rock.
That's alright. It's okay. Yeah, it's okay. Never
See,
mind.
when the DM says things
Alright, and there is a flash, and you all appear in the Citadel. In the council chamber of the Citadel. And standing beside you is also Dreadful and Mendel.
Oh, at least we don't have to explain that. Oh, Mandel, welcome back.
Hi.
What do you mean, welcome back?
You did a time shot.
You actually have no recollection of anything different happening.
No.
Yes, well, we did a time shot. Someone shunted somewhere.
Are the council members in the room?
No, it's the room. Like you recognize the room, but it is actually dimly lit, and the room is actually completely empty.
Alright, well that's disconcerting. Right, well, talk later. Explanations and whatever. What's going on here? I thought this room was supposed to be... So we are actually in the council.
You're in the council chambers, yeah.
Is there
Go to the door and
the door?
open it
Alright.
to the guards.
So you turn and you look towards the door, and the first thing that you notice is that there is a large iron bar across the inside of the door.
That's a new one.
Are we not concerned about this?
Oh god, have we jumped time again?
I mean, if they were expecting us, then surely there'd be someone here to
Is
greet
it
us.
like the door is barred from the inside?
The door's barred from the inside, yes.
Also, who barred it because there's no one else here?
Also, it could just be that it's night time and people are trying to sleep.
Again, I ask, how is it barred from the inside and there's no one else around us?
She makes
Is there
it
maybe
so-
other rooms inside?
Are there any other doors?
Have a look around.
Let's
Like
investigate.
immediately from the teleportation circle. So you're currently standing literally where you stood to address the council members. So you see the stairs, you see the four thrones up above, and there's what you now realize is the circle, with the sigil of the four different.
Are we doing investigation?
Yes, if you're just investigating the room.
Right, so
16.
Better.
after casting guidance on myself,
Mm-hmm.
I got 30.
30. Okay.
Yeah, you did.
Oh, what? Well, I got 20.
I got 16, so that's a d12.
30 at level 5.
I don't think I've... Yep, no, it's +7. Okay.
Alright, fine. If there aren't any doors, you just imagine that there are, and the doors magically appear. So,
There's a door that leads to the outside. Oh my god.
yeah. So you wander around the room. You, with your 30 investigation, notice that it looks like there has actually been a struggle in here. You notice that one of the candelabra has been knocked over. There's actually a bit of a tear in one of the drapery around there. There are small splotches of blood up on the where the council members were sitting, and you also notice when you head up back around the back of the thrones, there is the large red drape, and you push that aside, and you notice that there is a secret door behind there, which is actually open.
I explain,
Yeah.
So I'm just like, look over here, this candelabra has been knocked over, there's blood over here.
Yes,
Oh,
you-
also, secret door!
Yeah, he just went and bloody, what's it called? He just went and Sherlock Holmes with all the
And then,
Ooh.
secret door!
Oh my.
Now, we'll deal with that in a second. Are there, so obviously on the teleportation circle, are there like the similar images?
Yes. So you look around the how am I describing this? So around the edge, you actually notice there's actually 5 different locations on this one. There is a lighthouse.
Yep.
There is the circle with the point. There is the regular circle. There is 3 wavy lines, and there are 4 arrows. So just like 4 triangles.
The only other thing is, I assume this room has windows.
No, because this is it's enclosed. Yeah.
Mendel,
Mm-hmm.
what happened up there in the lighthouse?
You were there. You saw everything that happened.
Just
humor us.
refresh our memories, please.
Well, it was the robot things that we killed some of, and took some power things, and well, this here big guy was there too.
Hey.
And nothing really any different.
So it seems...
What did Dreadful have to say? Did he put him
Oh yes, actually.
Yeah. Dreadful was unconscious for pretty much all of the
Well.
adventure, and then when he came to, he had calmed down quite a bit.
Well, after we knocked him out, he stayed that way for quite a bit.
And then
Also, since we're all here, shall we address the fact that he is a goblin?
I'm sure it's...
Well, do you have a problem with goblins?
No, I have a problem with goblins
Yes,
wearing other people's
actually,
faces.
I do have a problem with goblins, but I shall
No.
keep my internal
We have a-
racism to the side.
We have a problem with kobolds.
We have a problem with goblins and goblins. I personally have a problem with goblins.
Okay.
But, like I said, my internal racism is...
I have a problem with a lot of things, but that is not one of them right now.
I mean, I'm also just have a problem with people wearing other people's faces.
That, yes.
That's weird.
That's the biggest concern, really.
Well, if you had a
I mean, I've
face
got nothing
like a
against
goblin,
goblins. If they stop it, if they don't attack me, it's fine.
Okay, but the build, like, the town has goblins in it, and no one attacks them.
That's my point. If they don't attack me, I won't attack them.
I go to the secret door.
Right, secret door!
all the way through this, Dreadful is actually being a lot calmer than usual. He seems a little.
Didn't someone take his sword?
Yes, he's actually quite distraught, and sort of it seems a bit dejected and confused.
Are you okay? I feel okay. It's just something just feels off. What feels off?
We're not giving him
I
back
don't
his
know.
sword.
It just feels like
Yeah, no,
something's off.
no. That's not happening.
And then Dreadful says that he will remain behind and secure the secret door while you guys go ahead.
Into the secret.
Okay, also, who's got his sword so we can keep it as far away as possible?
I think Mandel took it, didn't he?
No, did I?
Yeah, you did.
Oh no, I'm aware.
Yeah.
Can I look at it?
I don't.
Right, so if you would kindly bring this sword with us and not leave it here.
Yeah, let's investigate this secret door.
Well, I mean, it's here, but not here.
You know, to pretend that makes sense
No,
and
let's...
continue through the door.
Let's
You
just-
have a fork bag that's here and not here.
You have a fork bag?
Oh yeah, did you see it?
No. Why do you have a bag of forks?
It is a bag of forking, and because it's got forks in it.
I'm assuming it's so that you can fork people.
Does not answer my question of why you carry a bag of forks.
Why not?
No. You can't ask my question with another question. You need to answer it.
But
Why
they're
not?
forks. They're cool.
Are they like
But
souvenirs?
why?
But you can do cool stuff with them.
They're forks.
Like
through
eat
the
food.
door.
Yes,
Yeah.
you can eat food. You can.
We're
turn
having
them
this
into
debate
toys.
as we
As
walk.
you guys are walking, okay.
I mean, look, and starts rubbing it around, pulls out like his diamond encrusted fork, like this one.
What? Ooh.
Stuffs it back in the bag.
Alright, so you make your way down the secret passage. And it's weird because it's a secret door in the top of a tower. And as you walk, this tunnel seems to go on for a lot longer than what it really should. As though
Is it like a straight line?
it's
or-
it's a straight line, yeah, and like, it just it's like literally going straight. You feel that if you were actually, if this building was physically real, the area that you're currently standing in is actually floating in the middle of the air. That would be, yeah, logically that would be where you would be standing.
Secret doors always lead to strange places.
You continue walking, and then after about 10 minutes or so, the nice what's the word I'm looking for? Like the actual hewn stone tunnel begins to turn into like cave stone.
Is there anything you can't see in the dark? Because are there lit torches along the...
There are lit torches, yes.
That's a good question, because I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't know how many of you can actually see in the dark.
I have 150-foot dark vision.
Oh wait, yeah, you're the same race as me.
Yeah.
Night.
I don't think anyone doesn't
Also
have dark
brings
vision.
because I have extra vision.
Sorry?
Isn't no halfling brother?
Yeah, we don't have any halflings in the group, so it doesn't matter. Oh, you're a halfling. Is she a halfling? I thought she was a gnome.
I
I've
thought
got
we picked the
60
same race again.
Stop doing that.
I'm a halfling.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But yes, that's why I was checking, because I was like, if not, I'll light a torch or something. But if there's torches lit, we're all good.
I've got 60 feet, so.
And it just continues on a straight line.
Oh. Hang on. Sorry. Let me just let me just slightly retcon. So, I misread my notes. All right. So, as you are going, it again the hewn stone, and then the area opens up to a slightly wider area, and then there looks like there are 4 latches attached to the ground, sort of like it was something that was holding something, and it looks like a very large something. And then from that point, it appears to be what was like a solid wall, and then it looks like something burrowed through it.
That's not
So it's like the tunnel is actually perfectly circular.
So something was contained here that broke free and escaped. The 4 latches, are they in like a particular shape? Or
They're in a square. It kind of looks like something that would hold a bowl, like a little holder of some description.
Why do I get the feeling we're not getting paid?
I think we're not getting paid from this particular... I don't know if you noticed, but I think we may have jumped timelines.
Oh no, I've noticed. This
So
is a
I
bit
think we're
odd.
not getting paid in this timeline. The hole, how big is it? As in,
How do you mean deep or?
like as in wide? Like could a person like as in?
Oh yeah, easy.
Right.
Yeah. It's at least 3 times your height.
Right,
It's like
right.
it's a massive hole.
Right.
So like 15 foot.
Yes, yeah.
Thoughts, Rouge?
How was our city originally created?
I don't know. I mean, I missed the creation of it.
I
There
can
wouldn't be
do
much
it.
use for me.
Yeah. The archaeologists might know.
Do I think, or do I recognise what could have. If there was any sort of device that could have.
Make
done
make an Arcana check.
I shall assist.
I got
17?
17.
Alright, just give me a sec.
Because if this, at some point, I don't know about you, but halflings didn't always live underground.
I think deep gnomes always did.
The halflings didn't. So maybe this isn't actually a thing escaping out. Maybe this is us coming down.
21.
21. Looking at it, it looks like the effect of a disintegration spell of some description has been used to disintegrate the rock. You're 17. You know that the building, the city itself was originally a dwarven stronghold that was underground for protection. That when the calamity came and people began to flee underground, they discovered the four different species stumbled upon it and decided to create a combined society. The citadel was all that there was originally, and then the city sprang up around it.
Did you? I assume you disintegration spell. You explained that a little.
Yeah, sorry, I was just trying to remember your character. That's all. Zara's.
Yes.
See here? See this fine powder
Yes.
on the bottom?
You're thinking.
Something's definitely made this tunnel.
Mm.
This is not natural.
No. So you're thinking disintegration spell?
I guess just powder this fines. Probably something like that.
And you said the 4 pegs were designed in such a way that it might hold something spherical.
Something like that, yes.
These pegs on the ground look like they were used to contain something of a round nature.
Some sort of device, maybe,
Or a creature.
creature.
A creature that can use disintegration spells.
Well, don't know too many of them.
I can't recall any off the top of my head without an Arcana check.
Do you think perhaps it could have been a dragon's egg?
Dragon's egg.
Maybe the disintegration spell stuff is like not the point.
Well, do you think something came in here with a disintegration spell and freed whatever was contained here?
Yeah, like dragon.
Can
I
I
suppose
make
it's
it?
possible.
I don't know if it's gonna be
How big a dragon is?
doable or
Like,
not.
that wormling is pretty big.
They're
Can
medium
I do a nature
sized.
check to see if I know anything about animals that might be?
Sure. You're a deep gnome, so yeah, definitely.
Do I? So these latches, they all 4 on the ground.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Do I know of any
19.
device that might you need clamping?
A device? No. You do know of, like with your Arcana with disintegration. You do know of spells such as the Sphere of Annihilation, which has a similar sort of thing. It is basically a large ball of disintegration energy, but it tends not to leave powder behind. But you have not come across any devices that would do something
Yeah.
like that.
Imagine
I got
someone
a 19 for nature.
like a string of it.
Sorry.
A 19 for nature.
19 for nature, okay. You do know of the creatures known as the Beholder that have eye stalks that fire rays of pure disintegration that could potentially have... Yes, they shoot lasers from their heads.
What about beholders?
What? Yeah.
Beholders.
And what?
Hogwash and poppycock.
Beholder. You know, the big round nasty thing with the lots of eyes and generally shoots
I
disintegration.
don't think they've ever heard of
They're big and nasty and they disintegrate things.
it. Yes.
Well, regardless, we're not going
And,
to find
you
anything
know,
more.
they
Would it have
round.
sat on the pedestal thingy?
You're gonna walk through the.
Do I know if they would have
Because they float, so it would
I mean, they float.
it would be
so-
it would be counterintuitive for them to sit. Alright, so you're walking down the tunnel?
Yeah.
Alright, so you take your first steps into the tunnel, and it is quite slick. To take your first few steps, it takes a little while to get your footing, but you begin to make your way.
Are we gonna just... We should probably... God damn it. Follow after him.
I'm gonna cast light on my spear because it's probably dark now.
Mm-hmm. It is most definitely dark now.
Got
a little
red
bright, you
light
know.
with red.
Pardon?
Like my light to be red.
Ooh, very nice.
Oh,
So-
I see.
Less
To
bright,
keep
yes.
night vision.
yes, it is a dim red light.
Thank you very much for that.
It's like ah! My eye!
That's much better.
I've lived underground long enough to know to do that. I would go with purple or red.
Up to you.
Up to you.
Red today.
Oh, very good. Okay. You continue your travels, and this tunnel just appears to go on for ages. But who has the best survival?
That's fine.
Not Zaz. +3.
Plus 3,
8 better than mine.
2.
2.
Okay, so that would be me then.
Definitely
I'll check.
makes
I'm just going to check.
sense.
You're a ranger, aren't you?
Yeah, probably you.
Survival, wisdom, +3.
Plus 3. Alright, cool. So, Nissa, you notice as you're walking along, the tunnel doesn't appear to be going straight and level. It is tilting slightly upwards.
So, has anyone else noticed that we're going up?
What?
We're going up.
What do you mean we're going up? That was
Just
quite
stay.
clearly straight.
No, it's going up.
That's fine. I'll take your word for
I
But-
just look at the ground.
it. Yeah, it looks straight.
Has any of you got like those little ball bearing things?
Well, look, you just checking.
Pulls out a coin and puts it on the flat side, as in the
Yeah,
edge,
yeah,
and let it go.
yeah. And it rolls back the way you came, slightly, and then just.
Right, I guess it
That
is.
was a copper.
I guess it is going up.
You see?
Well, that changes nothing. I'm keep walking.
Yeah. You continue walking. 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half.
Something tells me we're supposed to go this way.
And right about the point where you go, something tells me we're not supposed to go this way, you see light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh shit! Don't go that way.
I keep walking towards the light.
Yeah, just like just a very dim pinprick of
I
light.
think you may be wrong. I keep walking towards the light.
Alright.
Alright, fine.
And making your way towards the end of the light just keeps getting brighter and brighter and brighter, and it takes you a while for your eyes to adjust. And as you're getting to, it's even more difficult at this stage because it's been tilting upwards, and you see the light, and then you're trying to get to it, and like the last 100 feet or so are literally straight up.
Right. Don't suppose anyone knows
And
how to fly.
And as you're squinting and looking,
How far up?
100 feet straight up, and as you're squinting and looking, make perception checks for everyone, please.
15.
15,
16.
16,
Perceptions?
19.
19,
Ooh,
9.
16.
9, 16. All right, so everyone that rolled more than 9, like you're squinting and your eyes adjust, and you notice that above there is blue.
Why is it blue?
I'm assuming it's the sky.
As
What?
in, it leads outside?
What? Sky?
Yes, you know the thing from the outside world?
You know how we like crossed
Point
across the
up.
ground
Oh,
outside the city and the sky was above us?
Oh, actually, I have a spell for this.
Why would the
Outside the
elders
city
have
is
an
Up
underground
and out
secret
and across
tunnel?
to the kobold place.
I don't think the elders
There
have
was
it.
no sky.
I think this tunnel
That was all in the underground.
It's all underground.
Oh, was it?
You've never seen the sky.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no, sorry. I thought like we went up and out of this.
No.
Okay.
I've heard of it,
Yes.
but it's so bright.
Yes. I was assuming there was maybe something in your backstory that you knew about the
No!
sky. So okay,
No,
all right.
I thought we went outside when we did that.
No.
Okay, makes a whole lot
Yes.
more sense.
Yes. Everything that you guys have done so far has been all underground.
Right.
Yes.
Okay.
There has been no sky.
No sky.
No sky.
Well, I don't know what that is, but it's bright.
Actually,
Is anyone else kind of curious now?
who here's the best at tying knots?
I can tie metal knots real good.
Because I've remembered that I know levitate, so I could lift one of you up there. You could tie a rope, and the rest of us could climb up.
Pulls out 50 feet of rope. Well, I don't know who's the best at knots, but here's some rope.
I also have some rope. Just pull
Me
the rope.
too.
Okay. So you're gonna have. You tie your 3 ropes together. You have a 150-foot rope.
Alright.
Not my rope.
200 feet of rope.
Are you contributing to the rope pull?
Exactly.
So
how
we don't
safe is
need
this
to tie a
levitation
knot, we
spell?
just need to go up and lift it around something and come down again.
Basically.
So I'm assuming
Ties the
someone
grappling
would-
hook to the end of the rope.
No, I can just... Okay, I'm gonna cast levitate on you.
Why me?
Look, how
Because
about
you're the survivalist.
I cast a spell and I
Mhm.
just start walking up the side. Give me the rope and I'll just.
Hands you the
I
grappling
grab
hook
it
at
and I
the
just
end.
start walking up.
I'll cast levitate on myself, then it flows up. Just giving the finger.
Nissa will grab the rope just to get it pulled up a little bit.
It's like, ah! Okay. So, so Indy and Roosh are staying down, and you see this passive aggressive or just regularly aggressive display of walking, middle fingering, and floating and being carried up.
Yeah. Hands Zaz a fork with 3 tines down, so it's like this.
My finger was getting tired.
See, I told you they had multiple uses.
Forks are more useful than I anticipated. Where do we emerge?
All right. You emerge.
Hey Stevie,
Oh yeah,
Yes,
Stevie,
TV's
come with-
yes, TV's still down below. Yes.
can you walk up the sides like they can?
And Stevie, you see, he extends all 5 of his legs outwards and touches the walls, and it basically becomes like a pedal platform. He goes,
Oh,
so, if you stand on me, I can carry you up.
that's fucking
Come
amazing.
in, Indy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And so he just starts walking up the wall like a spider.
Nissa pulls out like a rag, and so she's only got like slits
Mm-hmm.
through there, so it's kind of like shades. that
Shades.
go-
Yep.
Yes.
Cool. And
I'm just real squinty.
yeah, you manage to both Mendel and Zaz make their way to make their way out first, and you are just blinded by what you see. It is incredibly bright and incredibly hot. You've not actually felt a heat like this before.
That summer of '69.
What is summer?
And as your eyes slowly begin to adjust, Nissa, you climb your way out, and Stevie is making his way up slowly behind you. And as your eyes adjust, you catch a glint of something metallic out of the corner of your eye, and you turn and you see a large spherical-shaped object with multiple tentacles laying on its side.
Ah, shit of a holder. Why is it metal?
Are we sure it's dead?
Well, we're not, but it's laying on its side. The holder's normally hover.
So you see that.
Normally it's
I
close.
thought we saw.
Well, I know they float, but what is it doing there, and is it dead?
I don't know. If
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
alive. it
So
would-
it's not not moving at all. Its tentacles are all just sort of draped over to.
What else do we
Nissa.
see? What
Nissa
else is
pulls out an
around?
arrow
Mm-hmm.
and fires it next to it.
Yeah, just hits. Yeah. You look around and you see like just a flat area as far as you can see. Just like the ground is all sort of cracked.
Well, this place is a shithole.
Once her eyes adjust, she takes the cloth away.
Mm-hmm. Okay. A few moments later, Stevie and Nissa and Roosh and Indy emerge, and he goes, "Ah, damn, that's bright. Hey, the sun. Cool.
The
What?
The what now?
So what?
Yeah, the sun. Oh,
What? Ow!
yeah. Don't look at that. No, it's
I can't see.
yeah.
What?
Zaz
What
was
do you, what,
wise
do
enough not to look directly.
you, what do you mean, son? What is that thing?
Yes.
Whatever it is, don't look at it.
he
No, I
goes,
didn't intend to.
yeah, it's a bright burning ball of gas that this piece of rock that we're standing on flies around.
Stevie,
Yeah.
why is it so hot?
Oh, because that's hot. It's a big burning thing.
I mean, here.
Well, I'm guessing that. Oh, and you see Stevie sort of looks down. He starts like his hand things. They go down. They start picking up the ground. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. I think this used to be an ocean.
A what?
What now?
Big water.
Oh, I've heard of those.
You
Big
mean,
water?
There's
You
some
mean like
really
a well?
interesting pictures in
you
a
mean like a
book.
lake?
I've heard of that.
No,
Yes.
it's like
yes.
a lake, but larger.
Like a big lake?
Sort of.
Like a big well?
How does well go largest point of reference for water?
Indy knows all about what oceans are from her research, and knows about what's going on at the surface. And he goes, yeah, with this rate of decay, that makes sense.
What do you mean rate of decay? What's decaying here?
Well, this rock has been spiraling inwards for a while now.
Wait,
What?
wait. You mean to tell me that if this is spiraling towards that thing, that this is getting hotter?
Yes.
Oh,
Specifically
shit.
this rock or all rocks along our
No,
line?
just this rock.
just this
Ju-
particular
just
rock.
this particular rock.
Right.
Yeah.
That's not good.
Well, can we take this particular rock and throw it further away so it gets cooler?
How about we just, jump back to our
let me put it in
timeline? Would be
perspective
nice.
for you.
Well, I mean, I'd like
Say
to,
you're like
but
this little bit of grain
Okay,
of sand
I-
here, and I just like
to quantify
pick up
that?
something,
I accept your premise.
I don't know how.
and let's say my fist here
Maybe we should
is
check
that big
I
ball
think
of
we should
flame.
probably check that.
If I do this and I throw it at my fist, do you think you could stop it if you were an even smaller speck of dust?
Whilst he's explained this, Nissa and I walk over to the metal beholder and poke
Alright.
around it.
So you approach this metal beholder, and you see it is indeed a constructed beholder device. There is a large singular window in the front of it, which there is no light on the inside. Moving around to the back of it, you notice that the door is there is a hatch that is partially open, and then there is a hand outside.
That's a little creepy.
Well, that looks dead.
Grabs the door and starts pulling.
Okay, so
What?
it opens up with relative ease. The hand that you see is attached to. Hang on, where's the name? To Tarvok, the dwarven council member.
Well, that's not good.
Is he dead?
He is dead.
What you found over there?
A
Yeah,
corpse?
so I think the elders are dead in this time.
Come have a look.
That's the dwarf
Alright,
dude.
alright.
Do you want to? I'm really tug his body. It's just like.
Do I even have strength?
I
Alright,
don't.
let me in. Let me
Alright,
in.
thank you, Rouge. Can you just move his corpse out of the way?
Can I see how he died?
Make a medicine check.
This dice has been rolling lower and lower every time I've rolled it. 6.
6. No. He's definitely dead. He's not. And rigor mortis has not yet set in, so this happened relatively recently.
I suppose anyone knows about vivification.
How long ago did he die? Is more the question.
You think on a 6, maybe a few hours, but you're not sure.
I pop into the beholder and I start
He
looking around.
died too long
Okay.
ago for me to have to fix that.
Alright, let me
Just
describe.
falls out of the thing then.
Yeah.
I treat it with more respect if I have any respect for it.
So are we
But I will
all
cast
in the
gentle
same, or-
repose on him.
Okay.
So he has
Alright.
10 days before he can be created into undead.
What did you roll in your investigation?
18.
18. Alright. So I'll read the descriptor on the mechanical beholder. Okay?
We owned this in our last campaign.
No, I don't think we ever actually encountered it.
No, you never did. You came across the clockwork space kraken.
That's right.
Yeah.
A mechanical beholder takes the form of an oversized eye tyrant whose central eye is a viewport window. Part conveyance, part laboratory, and part siege engine, the vehicle can transport up to 6 humanoids, through any terrain or medium, including underwater through solid stone. A complex and often dangerous manipulation of gears, levers, and buttons control the original mechanical beholders, but more recent models feature magical controls that respond to voice commands, though not always accurately. So what you see is there is a single chair with 2 large levers right in front of the central eye. There are 2 couches that align the other side with harnesses into it. There's a bunch of different bits and pieces all strewn about, and it looks like there appears to be like smoke coming out of one of the pipes,
Okay.
or steam coming out of one of the pipes.
I'm going to.
There's like a whole bunch of buttons and all sorts of bits
Does
and
it,
pieces.
if it looks like it's got power or potentially has power, I'm going to attempt to repair.
Right. So you
inside.
you sort of you whack, push some buttons, and it seems dead. It's not non-functional. Everything you adjust the levers, and when you pull one of the levers that's up top, you see like one of the eye stalks just goes and then just collapses. So
Did you manage to get it working?
Yeah, it seems to be out of power of some sort. I'm not gonna get it more functional here anyway.
Oh, you might not. Roosh,
Yeah.
do you want to try hitting with your hammer?
I don't know if I have a work some stuff.
Oh, you
Do you
try.
want to find a specific spot for me to hit with my hammer?
Yeah, round about here should do. Well, we'll start with that.
what was that?
That was her.
Oh right! Sound effects, ladies and gentlemen.
That's a 12.
12. All right. So you
Cast mending.
Yes, you cast mending on the pipe, and you see the pipe knit together, and then you see it just go. You hear, and you hear like it's the sound of like steam going, and you hear like a very low hum, but that's all you get.
Where do you want me to put next?
14, where would I like you to poke down?
Okay. You inspect on the outside area, and where it's laying down on the underside, you actually notice that there is like a series of different crystals, and a couple of them have got cracks in them.
Shove one of these arms out of the way. Try just down to here. Looks like we got some more broken stuff there.
Alright. This can, like, have the opposite effect sometimes. It can break things instead of fixing them. Really, but it does happen.
Oh, I mean, if you need mending fast, I think I'd have that. Without the risk of everything exploding.
That's probably a good plan.
Yes, I do have
I mean,
mending.
sometimes I fix things really, really well.
That's what I was kind of hoping for, but
And
Well,
sometimes...
I mean, if you don't feel like you want to break things, then perhaps Zars, if you
No, I'm just warning
come over
you.
here.
Ding!
And,
15. All right. So you tap one of the crystals and the cracks seal up, and then you notice that like there's little bits of sand, and the sand is actually being pushed away from the crystals gently. It looks like there's like a small breeze.
Mendel,
Hmm.
does this thing blow air?
Who knows?
It's blowing air down the bottom.
Okay. Good to know.
Do you want to help me roll it and see if we can figure out why it's blowing air underneath? Maybe there's a hole for the steam that's meant to go through.
Well, I imagine that it's probably kept aloft by something. If this is repairing whatever its power source is, then it could be that partially coming back online.
Do you want to help me roll it so I can look underneath?
I should look at this thing. Well, I can certainly try, but this
Why-
thing's quite large.
Why not ask Stevie, the giant?
Because I've imposed on him quite enough today.
Yo, Stevie!
Yeah.
You want to give us a hand over here and roll this thing over a little bit?
5-point club.
I guess. I suppose.
Strength roll.
Yeah.
But yes, I'm also happy to help that man.
Let me just find the stats for the pentagrams.
Roll 15. 14.
I rolled a 1.
For what? 0?
The strength.
No,
Nissa
I rolled
also
plus
comes
2.
to help.
Yes, plus 2.
14.
Yeah.
Natural 20. Was a 1.
How does that like with minus 1 to strength and at 20?
And the person with like plus 3 strength gets.
All right. So what are your totals?
14.
Strength
14.
Yeah.
I rolled a 10 back into even.
So 2 14s.
So 28,
19.
19. So 37.
3.
No, 47
Really minus it if you got a nat 20.
Yeah, because it's just a skill
and
check.
3.
I
Like-
rolled a 10.
That's right. Well, that's right. Before you, yeah, with your 3, that bumps it up to 50. Was the point? That was the combined strength score you needed to roll it. To roll it. So you push.
I'm only pushing with one hand because I'm holding the hammer.
All right. So you all heave together, and so what are you trying to do? Just trying to roll it onto its front, roll it onto its back. What are you trying to do?
Just
sort
trying
of
to-
like rolling it
Trying to expose the crystals a
that
little
way, I
bit
guess.
while
Right.
not
Okay.
covering up the entrance.
Okay.
Not covering the hatch.
Like rolling onto its side, maybe then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's already on its side, so
Well, onto its other side.
other side. Okay. So you managed to
Because
flip.
because we've seen that side and it all seems to be fine on
All
that
right.
side.
Yeah, so you manage to flip it over, and then on the side that you expose, you notice that there is a massive hole in the side of the device, and you can see like all the interior has been exposed.
I think we found the problem.
Well, I mean, most of that's just casing, but
Yeah.
give me a minute, I'll see if I can see if any of this is
Very
broken.
slowly.
So there's like a whole there's like a whole bunch of pipes and wiring. It all looks like it's been. It looks like something has. Actually, make a investigation check if you want to.
18 plus numbers.
Okay. So
Plus
it,
7.
yeah, you to you what it looks like is that something large, like similar to your pistol, has actually hit the side of this thing and exploded it inwards. Like the entire metal on that side is dented inwards, and then all the bits and pieces have just been shattered.
Well, that's unusual.
What's unusual?
Something appears to have shot this thing where it lay.
Shot it? Like, similar to your armament?
Yeah, similar. It's same sort of damage, but on a much larger scale.
Right. Well, I don't think we want to stay here any longer than we need to.
Yeah, well, I mean, if we can repair it, we could potentially use this as a means of transportation.
Yes, but we still need to find a way to actually not be in this particular line.
There's also the problem
problem that if we go too far away from the citadel and we skip back to the timeline, how do we get back?
Oh, also, you said, Stevie, this was an ocean? So lots of water?
Yeah.
So if we timeline jump back, we'll be underneath an ocean.
I think we don't do that.
So I think we should...
What makes you think we've changed timeline?
Well, the elder is dead for one.
Yes.
Yeah.
The entire assembly hall was destroyed, effectively. Everyone inside was killed,
We don't know that. We only know one person is dead.
I suppose, but...
We didn't go out. The council changed.
Stevie,
Yeah.
when we were in the lighthouse, were you getting a sense that we were spiraling towards the sun?
Oh, I've known that for a while. I think.
But didn't you specify that it was only this particular rock on this particular timeline that was spiraling?
No, just this rock. And there are a few that it isn't, but mostly all of them.
Doesn't make me feel any better.
No, it doesn't.
How long have we got, Stevie?
I don't know.
Is it a long time, or is it a short time, or is it a really, 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 really long time?
That's subjective.
Am I going to be the last one that happens?
I think so.
So how do we get off the rock moving towards the...
No.
full
How do we
fire?
stop the rock? I don't want my home and all my blacksmithing tools and my pretty shop to get burnt by a ball of gas.
You make a fair point, but still, I mean, we've got a lot of money in the bank.
How is that your concern at this point in time?
Well, I mean,
She brought up her
I
belongings.
start mending the hole in the side of the beholder.
Did you want to fix the stuff on the inside first?
Yeah. Like,
Okay.
I'm showing you which pits,
Yeah,
like,
I'll
are
go
really
inside
Yeah,
out.
yeah, cool. Alright, so you guys...
Please don't.
Nissa backs away.
Like,
She
as
pulls
much,
the hammer
as
out.
much as I appreciate your efforts, Rouge, I don't want this entire thing, like, exploding.
It won't explode. It just might mean that one pipe doesn't happen to be there anymore.
I believe that's part of the definition of, well,
Which
maybe not exploding, but
may
disintegration.
lead to an explosion. So, just, like, I...
Indy, did you want to do anything while this is going on?
I'm still looking.
Start looking? Alright, so if you want to make, what are you trying to determine? Just looking around? Make a perception check.
We can determine the metaphysical properties of whether we're going to hit the sun later.
Oh well.
Zaz,
Yes.
you're good at this tiny, whiny stuff.
Vaguely.
18.
18? Alright, so you're just looking around while they're all, they're like, laser focused on this this iron device and the dead council member. But you look off into the distance slightly, and you actually notice there is, actually almost leading up to the beholder itself, you notice there are strange tracks that lead up to it and then lead away.
I want to follow the tracks.
Alright, so you just look at the tracks and they're just heading off into the distance.
Do any of us see her suddenly wander off on the tracks?
If you want to.
I'm too busy.
I'm not looking
I'm
at
too busy bending the beholder.
Yeah,
I've been kicked off the beholder duty, but I am rolling really low today, so...
My passive perception is 15, so I'm assuming I'm...
Yeah, you would actually notice. So, but I'll describe the tracks. The tracks are. It's like a single inline indent, right? That occasionally. But it's almost like a snake, but it's a snake that doesn't squirm. It just goes straight. And then occasionally you notice that the snake almost breaks into two parts, and it sort of zigzags over itself and then goes back. So-
Is anyone going to address the fact that Indy's just wandered off?
Sorry, what? Oh, that is a problem. Maybe chase it down? He goes back to
Oh,
bending.
I keep forgetting. What I really should be doing though is, because of the sun, you guys are meant to be rolling with disadvantage for your perceptions and things like that. But you're not. But yeah, we'll do
Wouldn't
that.
have mattered for me anyway.
Yeah, we'll be doing that. We'll do that later. I just remembered. Yeah, that's
Might have
fine.
rolled higher.
Yeah.
I'm using my passive, so...
Yeah, I'm just saying.
seriously the only one that's concerned about the fact that Indy's just wandered off?
If she dies, she dies.
Is she unable to look after herself?
Yeah, is
Does
she a
need
child?
to that?
No, but she's just wandered off into nothing.
Maybe she won't go too far. Maybe she'll grow a little bit and then she'll stop and turn around and come back.
I'm sure our companion
It's
is
hot
sensible.
out here. I am wearing lots of metal. I'm not running after her.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether you've
Sitting
noticed,
in
but
the shade,
it's
trying
really
to stay
hot.
cool.
I noticed it was hot.
I've also, Mendel, I was having a thought.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have noticed because apparently we jumped timelines, not you. But we seem to jump timelines again, Mending. When we teleported. When we teleported seemed to be the triggering event.
Well, see, what if we didn't?
Well, I don't know who jumped where.
No, but what if we didn't jump?
No, but he jumped, and the only time he would have jumped is when we were Mending. Teleporting.
Or what if we didn't notice when he came back? Or when we joined him?
No, but think about it. He wasn't with us at the tower, right? And he was with us in the council chambers. The
Yeah.
only time we moved was when we teleported.
Yeah.
Therefore, I hypothesized.
And you were with me the whole time.
No,
Well,
we quite clearly weren't. Not
Yes,
the
you
point,
were.
Mending.
I distinctly remember you guys being with me up there.
Yes,
And
exactly.
then we
It
like,
wasn't it wasn't us.
remember how we lost
what do you mean it
stars?
wasn't you?
Remember how we lost stars for a bit? We was ours. We disappeared on you.
Well,
Maybe we've just come back to our original whatever.
Yeah, because you didn't leave it, but we did.
Or you moved to us. I don't know. I haven't been able to, track the multiple timeline shenanigans that are happening.
But I guess the thing is
Alright, I'm gonna jump in here and have a look for a minute. Give me a second.
Just continue to
I
mend.
go
what
inside.
I'm trying
How
to
far away
say
is
is
it?
Just walking away, like she's getting smaller as.
How far have you gone? Are you
Tim?
Mhm.
I'd like to. And
Well, since none of you seem to care, I'm gonna go make sure she doesn't
recall.
disappear on us.
Bye.
You attempt to recall, and it is not there.
Nissa starts following Indy.
Bruce, what were you saying?
Okay. I noticed this and follow me.
why is the elders all fucked up?
What?
Why have the elders been fighting? Why are there?
Well, we don't
why
know.
So, what happened while we were in the lighthouse? We turned the light on. We heard them cheering.
Yes, that presumes, of course, that we didn't shift timelines.
There was some timelining shifting happening, but what if our original timeline, or whatever, the original road we were walking on, is the one that we're on right now, where things have gotten really bad?
I don't know. I can't tell you that. I suppose I could try and use the fragment to try and, I don't know, shunt myself. But
If we did get put back in our original one, that would mean that the dragon would have been actually released, I suppose, and maybe the dragon had something to do with.
oh yes, I suppose the dragon did get released in our timeline, so if it got free, it might have
Well,
attacked us out.
it was freed in the other two's timeline too.
Yeah, they killed it, didn't they?
Yeah, no, they killed it.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's right.
yes. It's not going to repair itself. I could try, like I said, try and use the fragment to forcibly shunt myself, but
I'm
the odds of that won't
very,
be
very not liking that idea.
Yes, well, I'm not going to do it immediately. Because I don't want to end up in a sixth timeline by myself with no one around. Underneath an ocean.
Under the ocean.
Have I noticed this path that I'm following to get to Indy?
Yes, you would have. Because you're looking down at the ground and you sort of, oh, that's strange. So you see Indy's footprints standing within this thing. It's just like, a deep line where it looks like the dirt's been just like splattered out to the side, like a snake going through dirt.
What if this ocean water stuff has been gone for a really, really
Yeah, what
long
if-
time?
It's entirely possible.
And so, like, putting yourself in a
I
different timeline doesn't accept the third one. one
a
would, because it
perception
would
check
have
to see
been
how
on
far I
for a
can
long
see
time
it
anyway.
going.
This is why we moved underground, was because the surface was inhospitable.
I mean, I was already underground.
Am I rolling with
I was
disadvantage?
underground before.
Then it's not gonna matter what I roll next. Yeah, I just look at it. I can't see very far.
Yeah, that's right. It just goes on for as far as you can see.
Yeah.
I mean, should we get the others?
How's it looking inside, Mendel?
I just, yeah, I don't know how far.
You look inside and you see like more and more things are sort of lit up, and then as you do one last mending, right? The machine sort of goes, it sort of shutters to the side, and it's going. Now it's just going.
Well, it's got more power again, and I just try to like grab a lever or
Take
something.
a couple of steps back.
So you grab the lever and you straighten them out, and the device sits upright. Then it just hits the ground, and it can't quite lift itself.
So,
I think we're almost
we should
there.
Go back and get the others to point.
Maybe it's something to do with them crystals that still needed to be
Is the
fixed.
path? How wide is the path?
It is roughly, I'd say, 6 inches, maybe a bit more. Pretty closer to 12 inches.
Yeah, I think we should go get the others and point this out. Can I see the thing moving?
Yeah, you hear this, and then you hear shouting, and you see the beholder sitting itself up and then lying down, sitting up and lying down.
Lay it down for a second. I'll look at the
And then-
Alright, and
I think
go
they've,
that way
I
in.
think they've had a breakthrough.
Right, so then you hold it and it turns to the side, and it's still as it leans, it's now drifting.
Hobble after it, see if I can see anything underneath that's broken.
You see that there are still 2 cracked crystals.
Right, I'll mend both of them.
I'm a
one
ting
after
the other.
Oh,
Oh
right.
no!
I'm helping!
No! No, you're not.
I'm gonna use my lucky dice.
Thank you!
That's an 18.
18, there you go.
Rolling a fucking 1 on the crystal that we need to keep this thing running!
Okay, both of them are now fixed.
So as it does that, it now just and as it's leaning now it just goes. It just takes off.
And I like,
I think we
go
should
back the other
go
way
now.
and like keep them upright.
Alright, so now you
How
got.
fast are they going?
They were moving. They've stopped moving now. Mendel straightened it out.
Where are they just tossed from?
It's your halfling luck.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
every single one.
Oh, every single one.
Every single one.
So I should have
Plus we're
should've
safe
got
with
more
one
than
of them are.
3 for my strength then, because I could have.
Yeah, every single
Yeah.
time you roll
So
a one,
I,
you can
I suppose
re-roll
we
it.
should go back.
I get both
Yeah,
of the
you
sticks,
scared
bring them
of
back
rising.
upright, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
I stop
we can check
and
the
I
path later.
fiddle around and I sort of go like this.
Yeah. So now when you pull them like that, it rotates to the right, and
I go
then
the other way,
it rotates to the left.
and can I go like this?
Yeah. When you turn them that way, it drifts sideways.
Okay, so I go turn and like that, and it's just sort of.
Yeah. So you see, that's this floating middle place like.
Well, I think we figured out what was supposed to be on the pedestal.
Yes. I also think we managed to fix it, so now we don't have to walk anymore.
Let's try this.
Here's the real question, is it air conditioned inside?
Mendel, it begins to feel a lot cooler on the inside.
Swing it around. I think I'm hanging it now, and just.
It takes you about 5 minutes just walking to get back.
Here's the other question.
No, I like zoom around. Actually, do I see them? It probably does.
Don't hit me with
No. Do I see them? I know where you guys are. Well, 11.
11? Yeah, no, you
To see Indian.
because as you're looking through the eye portal, and you actually notice through the eye portal is making everything.
Oh, so would be with this.
It's not with disadvantage.
Oh,
no.
well.
Yes, it actually is giving you. But again, you are focused in a small area.
Yeah.
But again, you're rotating around. It's like, yeah, oh, there they are, and you see them off into the distance, and you actually see. Now that you're actually looking through the viewport, you actually see that you can actually see off into the horizon.
Ooh.
There's no longer any glare, and you can actually see that there are what appear to be large mountains off into the distance.
Alright. Well, I bring the machine back and
Pick
stop it.
everyone up.
Stop it in front of Zaz and Roosh. And, well,
How are we going to fit Stevie in?
And Stevie just goes, he says yes, and he just straps himself to the top. He's like,
So you just hold on.
Alright, let me pick up this dead counselor.
Do we need him?
What for?
We don't.
We're
We
gonna
don't
take
need
him
him.
back for burial.
No, we don't need him. It's fine.
Yes! We are taking him
I
back.
don't want a dead corpse in here.
This was his.
Not his anymore.
You've stolen it from a dead person. Congratulations. We're taking him home
That's,
for a proper
that's
burial.
how we obtained everything we've
What's your
obtained
problem
so
with
far.
that?
No,
He's not using
it's
it
not.
anymore.
And I'm ignoring him and I'm picking up the dead counselor and I'm
I closed the
getting
door.
Can we just not?
No, if she's obstinate on things like this, we're not going to change her mind.
so when the hatch is fully lowered, it actually touches the ground and forms a staircase. So,
I climb up inside, take a seat, strap in.
mm-hmm.
I will strap the dead dwarf into
Yeah,
the
so
seat.
Well, you're sitting next to him, and when you're inside, it's like boom, off
Yeah.
towards these.
And you see a large metal beholder, some screaming towards you too. then it just suddenly just stops and wind blows dust.
I look behind me to see if the path's still there.
The path is still there. Yes.
I'm assuming they're inside, so I just look at the port and just point to behind us to the pathway.
You can see what she's just you can see she's pointing at Indy, and then Indy is standing on a large line.
I just yell, "Get in here!"
As he yells that, the mouth of the beholder opens up and it goes, "Get in here!"
Love it.
You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
And then you see Stevie sort of spider his way out from the door and say, "Come on, get in!"
Okay.
Now here's the real question. Can you get these eye stalks working?
I imagine some of the buttons around the sides there, maybe.
Right, so you're looking up the top, and there are six levers, and with another handle similar to what Mendel has, and they're all hanging off the ceiling.
Don't push any
Has
buttons
this
because
been
I don't
flying
know how
around
much
with its
power
eye
this thing
stalks
has.
Yeah, I don't want to waste it even.
Yeah, it's just been.
Alright. So where to? I mean,
I think we.
how do we mark this place if we ever have to come back here?
Well, Nissa gets in first. Is Indy getting in?
How about we go back home and figure out what happened right at home and get this counselor a proper burial?
I mean, we haven't even been paid yet.
I don't know about you, but if this is my parent, I'm satisfied.
I mean,
Well,
the
that
outs-
might be it for you, but I've just got things back in town that I need to pick up.
Actually, that's a question. Because you got one of those stones, didn't you? Is that still functioning?
I did not get a stone.
I have the pay stone.
Oh, does it
And
work?
I don't know because I don't have anything to pay it on.
Yeah, emptpos.
But I had something in the blacksmith that I need to pick up, so
Oh, that's right. You did too, didn't you?
I paid a bit for it too, so I'd prefer to go back and get it.
All right. There's no wind or anything, is there?
It's a very light wind, but yes,
I think the tracks will still be here, and they're in a straight.
they're in a straight line heading off. And you're looking at as you're looking at the beholder controls, you actually see that there's a small compass directly in the center point of it. It actually has two compasses. It has a compass that goes that's pointing flat, and then another compass that's pointing vertical. All right, so it's currently pointing straight vertical, and then as you're looking at where the tracks are, it's going due east.
See,
Well-
here's the other thing. If we go back down and unlock the council chambers, we might not have the opportunity to come back out again. They
Were
might
there
not
any
let us.
windows in the council chambers?
Do we not?
Does anyone have the means to make a peephole in the door? In the council
Well,
chambers?
we have a disintegration ray attached to this.
I feel like that might be taken badly if there's someone else on the other side of the door.
Very true. I could recast Find Familiar and summon it on the other side of the door, and then look through its
Does
eyes.
anyone have that long range talking to other people spell?
Message.
Message or sending? Because
Sending.
Probably sending.
I have not got I think sending's level 3.
Only communication spell I have is talk with animals, and I don't think that's going to be helpful at the moment.
I can understand people, but I can't help that.
Because if we have a camp out, then I can do sending tomorrow.
My concern is would this thing fit back in that hole with Stevie attached?
Stevie attached to it.
Yeah.
Well, we just need to get, like, Stevie can follow us. We're not going to zoom down that tunnel.
Yeah, I might have to take that a little bit slower than
Yeah.
up here.
Then zooming around at the speed of sound, yes.
Speed of what now?
Well,
Alright.
I mean,
So
if we go back
just
down the
just so
hole-
just so you know, the travel pace of this device is 3 miles per hour. It's not massively quick.
I mean, if we're going to go back down the hole, at least Stevie can
Faster
stand
than I
on
can
top
walk.
of it while we go down.
It's a burrowing speed of 30 feet, a flying speed of 30 feet, and a swimming speed of 30 feet.
I think it's probably best if we head back down to the council chambers. At the very least, we know they're secure.
Yeah.
Because there's a giant metal bar.
Alright, here we go! And
And also,
I kind of want to. I don't know if I can do it. But can I lift the. Can I lift them up?
You try to lift them and they don't move, but there are there's a grip control. All right, so if you squeeze, as you squeeze the right one, right, it levitates up, and as you squeeze the left one, it levitates down.
Well, go and hover over the hole and.
when we come back out, we can bring, like, a marker or something to set up on this hole so we can find
Squeeze the
out
left one and.
Actually,
Is there anything?
Stevie, suck it in!
Yeah, hey, whoa! And you see, you hear a tick, 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 and you hear like scrambling because he's now standing on top of it. then you also hear as the ice stalks bang on the.
I'll grab them.
Get,
and
just,
them in.
just like.
And you hear Stevie going, "Whoa, hey, get the snakes!"
Stevie, hold them!
No! The snakes are alive!
No, hold them, Stevie. We need it, like.
Careful! I think I'd rather.
Slow anyway.
I
Stevie.
think I'd rather be inside. So.
There's not room inside for him though.
Anyway, so yeah, you get down, then you.
Oh, sorry, hang on. I got it. And
Are
we just
you
level
sure you've got it?
level this out with it, and
Yeah,
we'll
so
Is he the safest person to be grabbing this thing?
He's the only one who understands these weird magical technology weird things.
look, it's not an exact science, but it's a science.
yeah. Who speaks Dwarvish here? I think you do. Yeah.
I might do.
I don't understand it.
Yes, I speak Dwarvish.
Okay.
No, I
So
don't.
those of you that speak Dwarvish actually notice that there are actually labels in Dwarvish runes on all of the things that explain what everything does.
I'm gonna
I
put on
speak
my helmet.
giant, not dwarf.
Right.
I'm going to put all the ice blocks in.
I'm
Right.
gonna
Yeah. So you actually you can adjust the levers and you move them around, and then yeah. So you basically flip them all.
I find the tuck.
Yeah.
And I tuck the levers
Right.
away.
Well, they don't tuck, but you can manipulate them so they basically wrap around
Yeah.
the beholder.
I would cast understand language.
Comprehend language. You put your helm of comprehend language.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well, you don't need to cast it. You just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's better. Good work. And we'll just
Do you
continue.
know what that says?
What kind of vehicle is this?
What does what say?
process?
It is a
The
huge
dwarvish
vehicle.
word above your head.
But
That's a
is
word?
it water? Is it land?
It's everything. It does all. It's a land vehicle, a ground vehicle, and a aquatic vehicle. It's
Looks
a
like some
Technically, I
screws
have
to me.
proficiency there.
cool.
Are you any good? I mean, look, I don't. It's not that I don't trust your driving, but you've hit the left wall at least 4 times.
Hey, look, as I said, it takes a little bit of getting used to. I'm getting better at this.
Yes, do you? I don't know. I feel
mean-
like you'd be better at this.
I mean, it doesn't look that hard.
That's exactly what I said.
And again, you smacked the left wall
Hey!
4 times.
I'm actively trying to. I'm actively trying to know.
Yeah.
Start yanking him out of the chair.
Okay.
The levers get yanked too.
Yeah.
Get off of the.
Leave him be.
He's hitting the wall more than.
It's because you're pulling me.
Ask nicely. Don't snatch.
And I readjust and I go
Technically, if I'm
back to
pulling him, I'm not
the
actually
normal
snatching
direction
anything.
we go.
Sorry.
So technically, if I'm pulling him, I'm not
You're
actually
snatching him.
Yeah, but I'm not snatching the
You're
vehicle.
snatching him. Leave him be.
Oh my god. I open the hatch. I'm just gonna walk the rest of
as you open up the hatch, the vehicle actually begins to slow slightly.
So you can
Yeah, and then yeah.
just and close it behind, just walk behind the thing.
Producer jumps out before he closes it.
Okay, so you two are and easy. It just disappears down.
I'm not dealing with that.
And now he knows how to drive the thing.
Yeah, then you hear no.
Never mind.
Never mind. Slowly hobble along behind him.
All right, now, so you get back.
Hey, we split the party.
Yes. So it takes you probably about 45 minutes. Them, it's going to take them about 2 hours. So you make it back to the docking station, and then once you get to that.
Aha!
Once you get to that point, the beholder actually stops itself, right, and the clamps extend out and grab a hold of it, and then it rotates around and points it back.
Ah, that's nifty.
I feel like this has been done before.
Quite possibly. My concern is I wonder how they're going to get around it now that it's facing the other direction.
Yeah, there is space. So
Well, while we're here, we might as well see if we can find out what's on the other side of that door.
Yep. And I'll unbuckle the dead guy and I'll lift him up. over
Yeah,
the
let's just
shoulder.
leave him here, shall we?
No.
I really hope they don't do anything stupid
Yeah,
while we're
they're
not there.
definitely going to do something stupid while we're not there.
all right, so
Nothing, Indy?
yeah, they jumped out of the beholder mid transit, so they're now 2 hours behind. Okay, so you make your way down the tunnel back to the council chambers, and you are greeted by a group of guards with Dreadful there as well, and they're like, "Hold! Oh!" And they see you with Tarvok, and he goes, "Lord Tarvok, is he okay?"
No, not unless you have a good resurrection spell.
Oh, good lord! And they all rush out, and he goes, are the other council members with you?
No, we only found that one.
And he goes,
No.
damn.
What happened?
He goes, we were attacked.
By what?
A group of shadow creatures. It appears that it appears that the effect on the lighthouse was actually a stage 1 to their plans. They needed to blot out the light in order to make their attack. It wasn't long. It was a few hours ago. The entire city was completely consumed by shadow creatures. Many people were
What
lost.
do
But
you
we
mean?
had the light on the whole time.
Yes. No, this was before the light came on. When the light turned on, it was a great victory. It turned the tide of the battle.
Oh,
Yes, we were able
that
to.
explains.
Everyone was able to retrieve, but we couldn't get into this room. The council had barred themselves in, and we heard fighting on the inside, but none could penetrate the door. It wasn't until Dreadful here unsealed the door that we were able to get in, but we found that no one was in. He said that you had attempted to pursue down the escape tunnel.
We found
Yeah, so,
Councillor Torback like this.
yeah, he unfortunately seems to have perished at the end of the other end of the escape tunnel.
I see.
We don't know what's killed him.
Well, we
At this
thought we'd
point.
better come back and check. We do have an idea, perhaps where the other council members have gone, and we can probably pursue them. But we thought we'd come back and figure out what was going on first.
Well, as I said, we were all attacked. The city is currently in disarray, but the guards are managing to
Good job.
take account. Thank you. Managing to take account of what actually has happened. We're currently counting the dead. It looks like we had at least 100 so far. But as it stands, we're at a loss. We don't know where these creatures came from, why they attacked, and what their purpose was. But
Aside from the council members, who else was familiar with what was happening up in the lighthouse?
that is above my pay grade. I'm sorry.
So who should I talk to find out?
The council members.
Well, he's dead, and the others have.
Conveniently disappeared, I think's the appropriate
Run
phrase.
away was the word I was going to use.
Needless to say, what the city needs right now is very steady leadership to make sure that the everything.
You're not offering, are you?
No. I've got other
good.
things I need to see to.
But
Yes, I totally agree. don't
I
actually
think that the guard captain. Who's the highest ranking guard captain you have right now?
At the moment, that's me.
you do.
Well, congratulations then. You are currently in charge of keeping the city running.
Yeah, don't I know it?
Yeah, and speaking of which, can we have a small word with you?
Of course. Yeah.
Private?
Absolutely.
Uh,
I think in the absence of
if
the council
if you
members
need.
collecting
Yeah.
Yes, I need.
Okay. Yes, and he looks around at everyone and says, "Dismiss, men. I'll secure the chamber with the Wanderer members, and I will meet you back at the barracks." Yeah.
Now, I'm considering now that even
Now.
as dreadful as his driving was, it probably would
What?
have been fast.
Yeah, I think I'm
What?
with you there, but
Yeah, and then everyone departs, and Dreadful also leaves with them.
So, tell me, what do you know about this here escape passage?
Yes, it was a magical tunnel, as far as I understand, that leads to an area outside of the city that allows for the safe haven of the council members in case of a.
Yeah, see,
It
here's
leads
the.
to the surface.
Yeah, that.
Really?
Yeah.
It leads to the above world.
Yeah. And that's where we found water.
Okay.
Not only
in the
that,
machine that they travelled in.
The machine.
Yeah.
we'll get to that point. But what's probably more pertinent is that you'll be aware of that. Well, shit's fucked, to say the least. But there's this thing called the sun up there. It's a great big ball of fire.
Okay.
And Stevie here says that we're running
And,
towards
as you say that, you see Stevie's stuck in the he's stuck in the curtain trying to untangle himself.
Stevie, okay.
I got you.
Yeah, don't mind him. He may look weird, but he has got knowledge.
Yeah, and Stevie just waves with all four of his hands. Hi.
What Stevie was saying is that this here rock that we're in, like in a city, and the place where the kobolds or goblins, whatever, how to get the fruit from.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're apparently all heading towards that ball of fire. So,
You know how our city has the lighthouse to give us light and stuff?
Yes.
The outside world has something like that, which is called the sun.
but it's hot, like real hot. It's really hot up there.
Really hot out there.
Yeah. And you see he's just sort of staring at you, and he's got no idea how to process this.
Yeah. Look, all we're saying is that shit is fucked up there. However, the best thing that we can do for the city, at least, is keep everything just functioning as normal.
Well, that is what we intend to do. We just need to get some semblance of normalcy back.
But it does mean, though, that
And
we're probably going to have to go up there, A, to find the rest of the council members, if that's where they've gone, but also to find out more about what the hell is happening to...
you're gonna have to go for a wander.
Well,
Did all the shadows go away?
We managed to once the lighthouse turned back on, all of the shadows completely receded. They all
There were shadows sitting on the light.
It's very unusual.
Yeah.
It's been some sort of coordinated effort. I don't recall creatures like this actually operating on their own. So
Yeah.
yes, we assumed that there was something occurring, but we didn't know where.
It is very weird.
Yes, yes. But at least you managed to retrieve to restore our light source. So that is very good. He actually calls outside and he says, "Soldiers!" He brings 2 soldiers and he goes, "Please take the council members council member to the clerics. Maybe they can do something for him."
Tell them I've cast Gentle Repose, so it should hopefully only be a couple of hours, he says.
He points to the. He goes, "We understand, man." And they each take him under one arm, one arm over the shoulder reach, and they just drag him out into the corridor.
Well, I suppose now we go and see what the damage is in the city and wait for Zaz and we sort of catch up.
So what you're telling me is it
Well-
sounds like a drinking.
Yeah. What were you doing while this was going on?
Perhaps, yeah.
I was looking around. So yeah, so you see Indy. She's just absent-mindedly inspecting everything and listening in as it's all going on.
Well, I think the rest of our compatriots should be arriving in the next an hour. Perhaps we should collect. Were we getting paid for that?
Look, I think there are bigger problems right now than pay.
Well, I'm sure the council members can shout us a drink at the pub.
Probably, yeah. But also, like, they're the ones who have to authorize us being paid.
Tell me, Mr.
Sorry, I had his name. Jareth.
Jared.
Yes.
I'm assuming that, this is probably fairly accurate that we've completed a task now.
I haven't. You're here and you've come back. Look. Whatever it is, if you can find out what it is, I am not authorized to give you anything else. But if you need assistance, we can meet you at the barracks. But I actually have more important things to do. So if you'll excuse me.
More important things than paying off for our good work.
Yes, Mandel, the city was under attack a couple of hours ago and he's still trying to fix things up. Leave the poor man to do
Or at
his
least
job.
track down the council chamber, the council people's individual rooms, so if there's any information I can acquire from them. In particular, in relation to the fruit or the teleportation circle. As you recall, it has 3 icons. The teleportation circle and the council chamber has none.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I guess I will leave. And
No, I don't think so, because remember one of the icons.
I might
was
just
the
walk
lighthouse.
down, I think, this time.
Rather than taking the zip line.
Yeah.
Yes. So, well, actually, when you find the zip line, it actually has been destroyed. So, yes, you will have to walk down. So as you're walking, you see.
I have another way down, but I'm just going to walk.
Alright.
They don't have a limit apart from dimensions.
And then find the closest pub at the bottom.
Okay, so you get down to the bottom, and again, the whole place is in disarray. You're seeing there are dead guards, there are dead civilians. Everyone is running wild, and you go and you find a tavern that appears to have been abandoned. There's no one in there, but there are just a bunch of dead bodies.
Awesome. Is there drinks?
Is the fact that
I will go and see if there's drinks inside.
Okay.
I'm going to report to the barracks and assist.
Because obviously the one to the lighthouse wouldn't have worked because the lighthouse was off.
Well, there are a lot of them. So which ones are you going to look at? Do you want to look through guards, through
If they
civilians?
could just teleport out.
I want to see if there's anything of value on them.
How far away are we?
Still probably about an hour. So.
But sneakily.
Alright. So as
There's no one else here.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just me. I'm looking for booze.
all right, so I see. So you're in the pub. You're in the pub.
Yes, you work in.
Oh,
You're
okay.
Trident.
Right. Hang on a second, guys. So, yeah, one thing at a time. I can't deal with 2 role-playing sessions simultaneously. So, all right. So, you find combined is going through all the different bodies. You find probably close to about 10 gold combined. You also managed to find just like various knives and daggers, some trinkets, a couple of necklaces worth about 25 gold in combined. One ring worth 100. So.
Worth my time.
As you loot the dead.
Well, what do they need it for?
She's not wrong.
Mm.
That's exactly how it works. Yeah, so I'm assuming I find.
Yeah.
I grabbed like 3 bottles,
Mm-hmm.
2 glasses,
Yeah.
or two large mugs, and I just like kick one of the people off one of the stools and be like, "Indy, want a drink?" and just like put it down.
He's a horrible, horrible man.
I'm really looking forward to that drink when we get to this one.
When you so you're reporting to the barracks. What were you trying to do? Sorry.
Assist in the cleanup efforts.
Okay, sure.
And be a good, upstanding member of society.
Very good.
Ah.
At least one of you is. Thank you. So yeah, so you go in.
Oh, good. I can't help it.
So you go in there. You're able to. There's like, but they've actually turned the barracks into a triage center. So there's like civilians that have been injured, and it looks like a lot of them are actually suffering from old age. Like everyone looks like they've been aged.
You just totally missed what Tim just said.
We're not there.
No, but you totally just missed the
Yeah.
significance of what Tim just said.
Yeah.
So pretty much all the people that are injured, right? Everyone looks elderly.
There we go.
There's a-
Ah. That's fine.
And you also notice that they've got like black veins, which looks very similar to the effects that the shadows did when they attacked.
Did I fix that, or was it just time that fixed that?
Yes, you can heal them with actual healing magic, and that will remove the.
Well, I will spend all of my spell slots healing people.
Very good. So you.
Because that sounds like something that I would do.
Yes, very good. A few hours go by, and then you finally emerge from the tunnel. You manage to squeeze your way around the beholder.
They could have given us a little bit more room to get in.
But definitely.
And you make your way into the council chamber, and you see Stevie just standing there going, "Hey guys,
Oh, Stevie.
Where is everyone?
they left me.
What did I miss?
There was an attack, shadows apparently, and
That doesn't sound good.
everyone got killed."
That really doesn't sound
That
good.
sounds pretty bad.
Pretty sure I would have taken.
Do you know?
invited Stevie to come with me?
That's right. You just you were still busy dealing with the curtains. You didn't notice that you'd left. So,
I helped him with the curtain.
yeah. And then he was just standing around. Then you guys left. He's like, they're gone. So,
I need to find most everyone.
well, the guard said there's at least 100 dead in the city. There was an
That
attack.
doesn't sound good.
No.
They were. I
Then
think.
Why did they cheer?
Yes. Well, the lights turned on and scared the shadows away.
Ah. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it does.
Hmm. Do you know where the others went?
One of them said looking for booze.
Oh, yeah,
That sounds like Mendel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Should I stay here?
You can come with us if you want.
Yeah, you can come with us.
Okay.
There's no reason to just stay here.
I'm sorry.
If I know Roosh, and I do, and I know for quite some time, she'll be at the infirmary or wherever they've set up a tent hospital sort of thing. So that's where I'll be going.
Didn't you want to check the rooms though?
Oh, yes, I did actually
Might be
before.
the best time when
Yes,
there's no
when
one
there's
here.
no one here. I'm going to take 10 minutes
Mhm.
to cast Detect Magic and
Okay.
just take a look around the place.
Okay.
See if I can find any secret doors that way.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll look for secret doors normally. And then if there's nothing that comes of that, I'll track down the council chambers, like in their personal rooms.
Rightio. So their rooms are actually directly in the hall before the actual chamber itself.
Right.
So you see there are 4 doors on the outside. You detect no magical doors, however, you do get a burst of magic coming from... which one was it? From Brea's room.
Right, well, I'll investigate that first, then presuming their doors are unlocked.
She is the gnome council member. Yes, it is, the doors are unlocked, and when you get in there, you find that her room has been like tossed. The magic is emanating from a chest in the corner of the room.
Nissa, I'm no good with traps or anything. Just a general look over it. You'd be better than me, just by virtue of being younger. I don't expect her to trap her own chest, but better safe than
What
sorry.
check am I doing? Investigation? Perception?
This is much simpler than having it on my phone. Laptop for the win!
Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we'll do a general perception check.
Okay. Well, it'd be investigation to check the chest.
Okay. Investigation is 19.
19. The chest does not appear to be trapped, but it is locked.
I mean, it's locked, but I can't see anything tentative.
Well, at the very least, that's something.
And you guys are rolling well. I'm very happy.
I unfortunately don't know the knock spells. I can't just unlock it that way.
Pulls out a fork
Okay.
and attempts to give
Pick
it a
the
lock.
lock.
Yeah.
I'll cast guidance to add a d4 to your check.
Make a dex check with disadvantage.
Is it not a fork check with disadvantage?
Fork check with disadvantage, yes.
I'll assist her as well. So you're just rolling straight.
Yeah,
now.
you're not proficient in fork, so you can't assist.
Ah. So you are rolling with disadvantage,
Okay.
but you do add a d4 to it.
D4.
Yeah, because I cast guidance on you.
New one.
Can't believe we incorporated a new
Oh,
fucking
fuck.
stat line. Fork proficiency.
That would be a 7.
A 7
Plus your fork proficiency, though, isn't it?
Oh, plus 6.
plus 6, so 13 on fork proficiency. You manage to deftly fork the lock, and then you hear a few clicks, and the top of the
I wasn't expecting
I
that.
can't believe that worked.
yeah, two of the tines are completely bent out of shape, but it actually ping, it actually springs open.
Mending.
Oh, thank you.
Back
in the back.
straightens up.
Alright, I open the chest.
Give me 1 second there. I need to find something first.
It explodes because of fire.
You're hit in the face with a fireball.
Ah! Except it's right,
This
honestly.
campaign is already turning out more entertaining than the last one.
What? How dare you? I made an awesome campaign, Logic.
Well, in the last campaign, I
Yeah, I did,
have to-
yeah.
I didn't have to use a fork.
Yeah, you didn't use a fork to pick open a lock with surprising efficiency.
Alright.
Maybe you shouldn't say that, like, to his face whilst he's there.
Yeah, while I'm recording it.
He's got evidence.
I've got evidence.
Your last campaign was excellent.
Thank you.
It's marvellous, some
Yeah.
might say.
As you open up the chest, your staff twitches. It sort of pulls to, and then you see a bit of cloth, like something wrapped in a bit of cloth, and it sort of springs upwards a little bit, sort of standing upwards.
You need to take a step back.
Yeah, no. I very carefully lift the cloth off of the...
You lift the cloth up, and you see. How is this thing described?
Yes, my staff is drawn towards cats.
You see what appears to be like a small clock face.
Oh my goodness. Can't believe she had it here and didn't tell me. She didn't recognize my staff, I suppose. I pick up the face, the clock, because which piece is it?
It is the timepiece of travel.
Excellent. Now, follow-up question, because they would, like, do they merge as I pick it up?
They do not. They sort of pull towards each other. You sort of like you hold up your staff and you hold the thing, and they sort of like you sort of look and they sort of magnetize to each other, but they don't actually form into anything.
I take it you know what that is.
Oh, yes. But that is for a later date. I'll put it away.
Mm-hmm.
Just add it to my inventory.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we should go find the others.
I think we should go find the others now. I think based on the fact of what Stevie's told us, the fact that the city was under attack, we're not going to have any difficulty accessing these chambers again. So if we need to find information, then we should be able to dig it up without issue.
How long have we actually been gone from the Citadel when we originally left the tower? To the
Sorry?
lighthouse? How long has it been since we left?
Oh, how long has it been since you've done the lighthouse? Basically, went on the lighthouse mission.
So when from leaving the blacksmith the first time to
Mhm.
now.
You're looking at what? You had a long rest. The walk up was like an hour, 4 hours travel. So yeah, I'd say 14 hours.
I might go make sure the blacksmith actually survived the attack.
Probably for the best. I'll come with you, and then we can head off to the infirmary or go our separate ways. I mean, if you want to go get a drink, I'm sure Mandel's probably hammered by now.
They're not a drunk that's having dry.
Yeah, make a constitution save, Manda.
I've been drinking
I'm
for
a
an hour.
responsible drinker.
Okay.
Considering how long we've been gone, he hasn't had long enough to finish my weapon. So I prefer to know that he's actually still alive.
Still alive, yes.
Working on it, preferably.
Fair enough.
Well, I paid him a lot of money.
No, you did.
Alright. Alright, so you wander out and you try to like look at the shops, and every magic shop you find, all the healing potions are gone. Looks at with the attack, the guards have requisitioned every form of healing that they can in order to heal up everyone. So unfortunately, the stores are bone dry of healing potions. And medical kits as well. Healers kits. They're all So all of the healing supplies have been requisitioned by the City Watch.
Well, I am a thief.
You can certainly try if you want to.
You've got a badge that could help you requisition them legally.
Alright.
No, let us steal them. That's fine.
Or I can just steal it this other way.
Have healing potions?
No.
I swear we still had a couple.
Yeah, you might have. I don't remember. I don't pay attention to your inventory.
It's up to us to construct a
We
better
had a
inventory.
That's right.
gold or something.
I have a healer's kit.
And it's my job to look at your inventory to see what shit you've got.
Oh yeah, I still got a potion of healing.
There you go.
We have at least one healing potion.
Yeah, I used both of mine up in the tower because I didn't use my spell slots for healing.
Alright, so what are you doing, Indy?
I'm not sure. I was thinking of the healing potions.
Okay. No, there are none available. So you wander around the city for a while, and you're sort of looking at all the shops, and like all the shops are just been. Like there's actually like quite a bit of looting going on as well, and the guards are like chasing people down, trying to stop them from looting things. And then you see there's people like dead in the streets. You know, there's like people that just like like old people, just all dead laying around.
Do the dead people have healing potions?
No.
Otherwise they wouldn't be dead.
Yes. Yeah, they use them all. Where was I? So you guys make your way to the barracks, which is where the blacksmith were, and you see the entire place is a bustle with activity. You manage to come across Roosh. You see she is in the infirmary, attending to all the sick. You make your way out the back to the smithies, and with the blacksmith, you see your fork is still there. It's been partially worked on, but it isn't complete. But you do not see the blacksmith anywhere.
I think I should ask around a bit.
I think so. I need to have a word with Roosh.
I will
Let
to
me
the nearest
finish
guard
this bandage and
that's not
head and
not either injured or
fixing this
working or
thing.
something. So
No worries. Yeah, they're all relatively busy, but you ask around. You find out that the blacksmith has gone into the city to help assist with the reclamation. So he is alive, but yes, he's helping with other things. He's been conscripted into a higher position at the moment because the
He's
guards are short.
building.
Yes,
and fixing things.
yes,
right. Thank you.
no problem.
I'm gonna go get myself a drink now. I think. That
Yes,
might be.
Roosh,
Yeah.
do you know where Mandel disappeared to?
The first pub out of the tower.
Right. There you go.
Well, that's easy enough.
That's where he'll be. Probably still be there, if we're frank. I'm not frank, but if I was.
I'll be glad.
It might be Jerry. James, actually.
Yeah, I'll head up there.
Okay, easy enough to find.
Stevie.
Yes. Yeah, you see people like Stevie's been following you guys, and then everyone's sort of like looking at him strangely, but then he's like, "Hi." So,
Very disappointing personality.
I brought-
Maybe we should figure out what the villain thing first.
I
think
have
It's harmless.
an idea. He might not like it, but it will help. Stevie, we need to move all the dead bodies.
oh, okay,
So, if I get a big wagon, will you pull it?
sure.
Okay. And then we can move them and at least find a spot to bury them.
I'm not dead yet!
I'm getting better. Yeah. So you're able to find a wagon, and you and Stevie make your way through the street, start picking up the bodies of the dead. They appear to have been shifted off to the side. People are just not really sure what to do with them, but yeah.
So I will collect them all and get in contact with the temple about the best way to dispose of them in a respectful but efficient manner.
Very good. So you begin taking the bodies to the temple, and they like the priests there, and they're also healing people. They go, just place them. Place them in
Do
the.
we have a large crematorium or something?
Yeah, yeah. Just make a
Body
just make.
fire.
With people going, produce flame.
Yeah, just make
Or
just make a pot. You see, they've actually requisitioned the surrounding buildings, and they're using those to store the dead until the bodies can be identified, so they can find out who is dead, and they can get a count.
Yeah.
So you bring the wagon, and different clerics will come out, and they will help move the bodies into the buildings. It isn't pretty, but yes, it is.
It's a necessary evil.
Yes, it is very, very pragmatic. Everyone's sort of just doing what needs to be done at this stage. Nissa, you find Mendel drinking in the
Just
pub.
saying I sent you a message.
Oh, did you? Oh,
Sorry.
I have a phone. Okay.
Yeah.
I did hear a.
You can help me, or you can talk to me while I'm moving the bodies.
Oh, yes, right. So, you know my staff.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about what it's from?
Okay.
You hinted at it a little bit, but
Girl lifts out the place. Another part, as it were.
where'd you find that?
I may or may not have requisitioned it from a council member's bed chamber. It was actually quite entertaining. Nissa picked it open with a lock. And the fork. It was quite a sight. I've never seen anyone pick a lock open with a fork before. It is. But yes.
Well,
So I was thinking, I'm going to unattune from the you-know-what, because no one has died yet, so... it's not like we exactly...
I mean,
Okay. No one important has died yet.
Councillor Torak is in the temple.
I'm sure there's a high-level cleric in there, it's fine.
Yeah, Tarbok.
Tarbok.
Yeah, yes.
Freaking
That's all right. It's all right.
Tarbok.
Yes, he'll be fine, probably. But I'm going to attune to this, so I'm going to flash my badge a little later, get myself a room, and attune to it.
Or we can go back to my forge,
We could do that, yeah.
assuming I haven't even been there yet.
Well, there was no one living there, so they probably wouldn't have attacked it.
I don't know if you've noticed, Sars, but since the town has gone to shit,
Oh,
people are
losers.
stealing stuff
Yeah, that'll be fine.
and are trying to survive, and so I don't know what the house is going to be like.
This is true.
I think this music's a little bit too jovial for the situation.
We're discussing this as we're picking bodies up off the street and loading them into a car. Yes, very true.
I mean, look at these people.
Yes, the stone was clearly doing something to
Yeah.
slow their age.
Nope, that's still too jovial.
It, whatever it was that happened up there has affected the town, the whole city.
Indeed.
And maybe that's what made the councillors flee, not...
The shadow attack? Well, clearly they fought shadows inside the thing. The alternative is, I don't know what happens to a body, but I know that if a shadow slays you, you have a pretty high chance of becoming a shadow yourself. So maybe they were shadows. Don't know, don't have enough information. Or I could, actually I haven't managed to shoot to the stone yet, so I could just cast True Resurrection. But it feels like a waste. Especially when we'll probably encounter live versions of them in an
It would
alternate
seem
time.
that the other council members were on the surface and have run away.
Potentially.
And so that's probably what those tracks were.
Or with whatever attacked the vehicle.
Big snake.
Big snake. Yeah.
Or a white dragon. Who knows?
Honestly, I hope it's a big snake.
So then it's not our fault.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we could have fought the dragon. We might not have won, but it's better than letting it run off. I blame Mendo.
That's fair. He can't even defend himself.
Exactly. That's why I blame him.
He also doesn't have a big shiny pokey stabby stick that he'd stab you with if you blamed him.
Wasn't going to blame you regardless. I wasn't. Probably. I might have done if I wasn't standing next to you. That's not the point.
That's precisely my point.
Regardless.
It's not regardless. It's very
No,
important.
we're moving on.
Why?
Because we need to collect more bodies.
And you see CD goes, nay! He
Well,
begins
you don't have to be a horse.
Aw,
Unless you want to. You're welcome to be a horse if you
nay!
But yes, I suppose I could leave you to collect the bodies and I could go check on the forge and take some time to reattune to myself.
With this next load, I'm going to check and see if the council is able to be fixed or not.
Alright, so you speak to the head cleric. And if you want, you can give them a name because you would know them better. Okay.
I thought you were going to give me a suggestion. No, he's just flopping.
Okay. We'll call him
I was going to say Greg.
Greg.
I feel
Okay.
like we have
Pope. He could be Pope Gregory the Third. So, so Greg 3. He comes out and it says, "It looks like he suffered injuries from the from the shadow attack, but that wasn't what actually eventually did him in. It appears that he was hit with some sort of weapon in the heart that actually put him down.
What sort of weapon?
I'm not sure. Something small and circular. The wound that we investigated was like very, very small.
Was there like a lump of metal?
We haven't had a chance to check. We just determined that the cause of death wasn't the necrosis, because all those that are being killed by the necrosis we're having to incinerate as quickly as possible to prevent them from raising.
Can he be brought back?
I do not see why not, but we will need to reacquire more resurrection supplies, because we may, depending on what is happening, our services may be called on a lot more than what we expect, but we will certainly do our best for him.
Perhaps we can resurrect him and then charge him for his own resurrection? I'm sure they have lots of diamonds and gems and stuff in their treasury, but we can't get to it because we don't have their permission.
Well, yes.
And if at least one of them is alive, they can give us permission to save the rest of the people.
Yes, we do have access to that, but again, we will need to decide who is going to be raised and who will not be raised.
Wouldn't a council member be pretty important?
Well, they are important, but life is still life. Should know without order. We build our weapons, but also, one life is no more important than another.
Yeah, but he knows things.
He may know things, but that will be determined at a later time. But now, please continue with your work. We'll discuss this later when the crisis is abated.
Yeah. Speaking of, how many shadows were there?
It was almost as though the darkness itself attacked us. It was so many of them.
There were 4 shadows on the lighthouse, stopping the light from coming out.
It was clever of them.
And then when I got rid of them, we could hear everyone cheering.
Yes, when the light came back, that was when the tide of battle had turned. Our clerics were able to, turn most of them away, but there was so many of them. It wasn't.
That's what I was out there.
Yeah, well done. You're training well. Yes. This Gregory, by the way, is actually a dwarf, so you're aware.
Alright. I will go grab some.
Okay. So, what were you doing, Zaz?
I was going back to our forge.
Okay.
Because I'm going to unattune from the fragments and attune to the timepiece.
Very good. So you get back to your home, and it is as you left it. It appears that this section of the town wasn't actually hit. So
Not
you.
only that, but my forge has been hit before by looters.
So,
Not much left.
Not much left. So they didn't. They haven't bothered to hit it again. You see like a lot of people just sort of like looking at the windows and go, "Is it over?"
Zars thinks it's over. Zars.
Okay. And then he's closing the doors. You see like little kids looking through windows. Just sort of. And then the parents will, drown away and close the curtains on them. Alright, so you make it back to the forge and are able to do that. Indy, anything else you were doing?
Well, I went to the university and exploring.
Mhm.
I might make my way to what's left of the archive and the library.
Sure. So you make your way there, no worries. So
I am not drunk yet.
Very good. Continue to drink. Mendel.
I've just like slumped over next on the table next to
I'm
him.
not there.
No, what are you doing though?
I-
Oh, you sent me another message.
No, I told you what I'm doing.
Okay. So,
I'm going to make sure things are okay, and if they are, then probably
Maybe you should tell that to the microphone so that the.
well, yeah. You got okay. So you got your thing, right? Which is fine, but so just send me a message as to how exactly you're doing it, what the issue actually is specifically, just so I know what's. Alrighty.
The secret games we play.
It's almost like we had lives before the game.
We did. We
Well,
worked for the temple. We
Would that be
made
better as
stuff.
a constitution roll, or would it be better as
I
a
mean, after it
hazard
does,
am I
he
roll?
pretended to be
It's a constitution to see how you're
mentally
Yeah, I'm sure it's not very
unstable
drunk.
man.
not very drunk. Like again, like you're drunk, but you're not, falling over.
Well, I rolled an 18. and
Yeah. So this alcohol isn't very strong. So.
My constitution save is +0, so I have 18.
Mhm. Yeah, I should actually say. So as when you found the pub, there was a bottle and a clean glass sitting at a table. So that's what you actually find. You're just sitting there
With a body that's fallen out of the chair.
out of the chair.
Fine, whatever.
And at some point, I'll be coming past to collect the bodies out of people.
Yeah. All right. So we'll just say, for the sake of brevity, that the cleanup goes as well as it can, and by the end of the day, you have collected up all of the bodies, and you actually notice that the clerics have started to create a large pyre out the back of the temple, and they're actually just burning the bodies that have been infected by the necrosis.
Are they taking care to try to identify?
Yes, there is a scribe who is actually writing a list of names. So they have a list of names of the dead, and as this dark day comes to an end, I'm going to pause, and then we will.
I am suitably drunk now.
Excellent. The night falls. You continue to work through the night with the recovery, and when the morning comes, the city is more in a what's the word I'm looking for? It's more calm. People are a bit more dejected. You see people gathering at the temple, trying to find out whether their relatives have survived. There's a lot of sadness going on, but life in the city, as much as it can, returns to some sense of normality. Yes, so everyone can count as having a long rest now, if you've
No longer
done it.
drunk.
Yeah. Well, actually, do a con check. We'll see if you're hungover.
I am still hungover, yes.
Okay, so you're hungover. So you still have the residual effects of the drunk effect until you shake it off.
Speak is dead.
How many hours?
Sorry.
How many hours?
It felt like 2 or 3 hours in the morning. So yeah, and at least until you've had some decent food to
Oh, okay,
to
yeah.
counter the effects. Get some water into you, and you'll be fine.
Torval?
Yes. Tarvok. 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 Yes, it was Eltom the halfling, Tarvok the dwarf, Breya the gnome, and Ekipobolok the deep gnome were the 4 council members. And the timepiece of travel was discovered in Breya's room. Okay. So, as morning comes, do you wish to just meet back at the barracks, or where do you all wander to? I guess would be the.
Well, I'm assuming Zaz and I slept in our house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then we want to go talk to Tarbok.
If he's alive.
I have a means to talk to him when he's dead.
Oh. Well, in that case, let's go have a word, shall we?
Thought you might say that.
I assume we'll need to work out what questions we're going to ask.
Yeah, we get 5 questions.
Uh,
I
yes, sir?
also have taken
I'm assuming I
sending
fell
today,
asleep
so
at
we
the
can
table
talk
in
to
tavern.
a counselor.
Start again, sorry?
I said, I'm assuming I fell asleep at the table at the tavern.
Sure.
I don't even remember if I actually have a house in this city.
If you want one, you can have one.
One standing and one speak of the dead.
I wish to drink my
Yep. Cool. See that you fill them out, fill them in on all of the goings on that occurred in the lighthouse, and they are most pleased and are curious about this artifact that you found. So they wish for you to gain as much information as you can, and if you're able to find other pieces, most certainly do so, because that would be a great boon to the archive.
I'm just going to assume that I've walked to the barracks because that's where I'm likely to find someone who can help me with a hangover.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. So you go there, and everyone's like, "Oh, you look like you've been, you look quite dead yourself. Are you okay?" And he's like, just seedy. It's like, well, take a load off, and you see these people just all looking very old and dead, and not quite dead, but looking very old. Frail. Thank you. That's the word.
I'm going to turn to the guards. Why is everyone old?
It's an effect of the attacks that were doing draining of life from all of the citizens.
That's unfortunate.
Yes, many of them may not live much longer, but we're trying to make them as comfortable as possible.
Yeah, food.
There is some in the kitchens. You're able to help yourself.
Thanks.
Of course.
Kitchens, yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, and the kitchens, they're pretty overrun. People are busy. You can find some basic foods. Nothing extravagant. Just
Some bread and cheese.
yeah, exactly. Endel?
Yeah, I find like an inn or something that's selling food.
Mm-hmm. Cool.
I just have breakfast there before probably heading to the barracks, because I think it's probably about that point that I figure that people probably start wanting to catch up
Mm-hmm.
and do stuff.
Sure. So you do your morning's activities. After you brief your employer, what did you want to do, Indy? Indy? Okay, so you manage to find your way to a place to eat, and you actually run into Mendel as you are wandering around.
Hi.
I'm on my way home. Do you have any place to stay?
Well, it's morning now, so yeah.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, yes, I have a house. But I plan to go to the barracks after this and see what else has happened.
Anything else? Okay. Alright, so Zaz and Rush, you make your way to the temple, and you arrive at the temple, and you are greeted by Gregory. He's like, "Good evening." Good morning.
Good morning.
How have you fared?
I think I got all the bodies last night.
Excellent. Yeah. Well, we've continued our disposal efforts. Isn't pleasant work, but it is work that needs to be done. Have you decided what you are going to do?
I think we would like to talk to Tarbok.
Oh, as you wish. Yes, of course.
And then I think we're going to check in with the other wanderers, but we're probably going to go find the other council members.
It sounds like a good method. Good
I
idea.
think that's what's...
I think that's the best plan. Zars thinks.
You see him sort of look at you like,
Zars is tired.
Yeah.
Zars
Yeah. Well, you know, like he catches you talking normally, then just sort of
Sorry.
just raises the eyebrow. Just okay.
I've been rubbing off on him.
I can see that. You, if you wish to find him, he is actually laid upon the central altar where, with all of the higher members. So if you wish to go and locate him, you may. The brothers know you, so they will assist you in any way that they can.
I'm going to be using Sleeper's Dead, so they might.
Okay. Well, I don't think it goes. No. That's quite all right. Don't worry about it. As you walk in, you see all the pews of the place are all filled up with people just sitting and mourning and resting. And you make your way up to the central altar where Tarbok is laying.
What questions do you want to ask? Where were you going?
Does look around to make sure no one's actually listening in. Do they have to answer truthfully?
They have to answer truthfully, but they can choose not to answer.
Because I'd really like to know where else that teleportation circle goes. So you could ask that. What other locations apart from the lighthouse can you reach with that teleportation circle? Would be a question to ask. And that's two. That's where he was going.
Why did they leave instead of staying?
I feel like they're just cowards. Although I'm curious as to why they didn't use a teleportation circle to travel elsewhere. Instead of taking the device. Because even if the lighthouse teleportation circle is down, the rest of them should still work.
How did he die? Perhaps we should ask.
I think, didn't the priest tell you?
Gregory mentioned that maybe a bullet, perhaps, but I feel like Gregory would know what a bullet is.
Well, how common is the armament that?
They're pretty common
Pretty
in
common.
in your city. Yeah.
So a gun, yeah, so he was shot, but then
Why was he shot?
who shot him?
Who and why were you shot?
Yes, that is a common question, isn't it? Because it could very well have been one of the other councils
That's what I'm wondering.
who was injured, killed him, so they don't have to worry about taking him with him. Or injured them, rather. And then one more question.
Where were you going?
Where
Where
the
else does the teleportation circle go? Who? Why were you shot?
two left?
The jovial music shows back up again. It's like, fuck you, jovial music.
It's dark and intense.
That's a good place to start. We'll probably
And then from there that might generate more
branch out into
questions.
more questions.
Where the hell is... Sorry, I'm just trying to find something.
Very well, do you want to cast your spell?
Should we
No,
ask
no.
them
Ah, there it is.
if they managed to eat 3 pieces of food?
Oh, well I suppose if nothing comes up we could definitely ask them.
Right. I will cast the spell.
Alright, give me 10 seconds. I need to...
Sprinkle some burning incense around. Turn around and sort of speak to the nearest people and be like, so I'm casting a spell. It's going to animate the body so it can answer a few questions. Don't be freaked out. It will go away shortly.
Very good. Alright. Ow! I need...
There's the table there.
Yes, I noticed. Okay. So you cast a spell, you see him, his chest raises, his mouth opens, and he just looks at you. Speak your question.
Where were you going?
I was headed to the stronghold of Kandakar.
Gundagar?
Is that the... Not to him, obviously. But isn't that the place that we found that map piece? Or whatever it was, that note that we found? Didn't that mention
Place
that?
I wanted to go to.
Yeah, didn't that mention the stronghold? Name sounds familiar.
Legendary masters in this place and according to what's been on the mountain, eventually discovered the potential to have lots of treasure. The Forge of Fury is what it's called.
But there was a stronghold actually, wasn't a stronghold?
I didn't get a name for it. Should we ask why it was going to struggle?
I think asking other questions first and maybe come back to that.
Where else does the teleportation circle go?
It leads to the lighthouse, to the central square. The stronghold of Kandakar, the island. Oh, what's the name of it? Shit, I forgot. I lost the note. Hang on. The island of Beth Selaman. And the Black Lake.
We could ask what's at each of those locations, and that would answer our question probably as to why he's going to the stronghold.
So Central Square is the one in town.
I'm guessing that's what he made his place as the central square,
Yeah.
so they don't have to walk up and down the stairs. But yes, what I'm guessing is if we ask him for what's at each of those locations, it might answer our question as well as to why he was travelling to the stronghold.
What's at the stronghold of Kundagar?
I needed well. You can make a history check actually if you want to.
Pretty good.
That's a 1. I'm gonna re-roll that. That's a 1. I can't re-roll that. That dice is not
When
being
you're
used
just
again.
not lucky.
When you're
enough.
just not lucky. Actually, to be honest though,
I
right?
don't think it stops you from re-rolling it again.
It does. It
It
does.
does?
You can't re-roll a re-roll. I was gonna say actually, just before you started rolling, but actually you will get advantage on this roll, so you can re-roll both of those ones because that would
Not
be
with that dice.
yeah. So you can count that as your first roll. It was double 1.
19 and a 16.
Okay.
Should have been using blue.
There you go. There you go. Whelm is a legendary dwarven hammer that was forged by one of the greatest dwarven artificers. It's a legendary weapon that has been lost.
I would know that.
Yes, that's why you would have gotten advantage.
I
on
would know that.
Yes.
So much.
So we have one question left.
2.
So
Yeah, you didn't-
What's at the island of Bethselman?
Beth-Selaman.
Bethselman?
well, I think just ask what's at each of the other
Yeah,
locations.
that's
What's
what
at
that
each
was-
of the other locations?
Because then
You mean each of the locations? Is that so each of the other locations? So he's just
What's at each of the locations?
each of the locations,
The
right?
teleportation circle can reach.
Okay. The stronghold of Kandakar is also known as the Forge of Fury.
I wanna go there.
The island of Bethsilaman is an island floating out beyond this realm that contains many mysteries. The Black Lake is a lake deep within the ground where evil lies. What was the other one?
The lighthouse.
The lighthouse and the square. Yeah, that was the three. Yeah, so he goes, the square contains many restaurants that I like to have, and taverns that I frequent regularly. And the lighthouse is what maintains our city's illumination.
Yeah, interesting that he didn't mention the stone.
Should we ask him if he knows what the source of the shadow was?
Potentially, but I feel like he might not. Alternatively, we could ask him for directions. I know how
Where
you
would the other council members be going?
Well, they might be heading to the same place. It's entirely probable that they're probably heading to the same location. And besides, don't you want to know how to get to the forge?
We could use the teleportation circle.
We could.
Be
Actually,
there.
that is a question as to why he didn't use it. Seems very strange that he would manually travel as opposed to teleport.
Shall I ask?
Up to you. You are the asker of the questions, and you have one question left.
This is true.
Intense music asking question asking music.
Tradition. Why didn't you use the teleportation circle travel? Why were you going there on foot, as it were?
The connection to the forge no longer functions. I needed to travel there manually, and the vehicle was the only way to travel safely across the surface. And with that, he... Yeah. And he sits up and goes, ho, 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 ho.
Sorry. Okay. I was gonna research the library and the archives for any information about the fragment at the time.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Make a... What are we looking for? Make an investigation.
Convenient that the place I really,
With
really,
advantage, too.
really,
I
really,
rolled
really,
17.
really want to go
Roll another one.
Just because you're in the archive. So.
is where we have to go next.
Indeed.
I'm really
17
pleased
plus
with that.
6. So,
What was your total, sorry?
I rolled 17.
Plus 6, so 23. Alright. So what are you trying to determine?
I want to know where the location of other stones could be, for one. Like, possible location.
Because of like the nature of these things being in rumor, it's a lot of like hyperbole and weird stories. One of the locations is told to be in a place of horror where where the beginning of horror. What's the word I'm looking for? Sorry. The place where horror began. Sorry, that's the...
That's vague.
Yeah.
Any direction to this place of horror?
No.
Down and
You take a left and
But...
Main Street.
But...
I'd also like to know what these time stones can do for me.
For you, specifically. You know that if all the pieces are combined together, it can change fate. It allows you to change one specific thing in the past
Yeah.
with no negative repercussions that you are aware of.
Are
the
these
stone was never knocked out of the frickin' hole.
are these stones Are these are there stories about these
Golf
time
this tree was
stones
never
being
planted.
Sorry?
dangerous or corrupting to the people holding it?
You have not. There is nothing in there. The corrupting power is more just because of the absolute nature of them. Because as the whole thing is that absolute power corrupts absolutely. So because of their nature, that is why they were hidden away. Because having that much power could never be entrusted to any one person.
Do the legends say what happens?
You're not there.
No, I'm just like I'm like asking you out of character.
Right.
Do legends, from what Zars know, say what happens once you use?
Once it is used, they shatter and hide themselves again.
What, they like put any kind of dimension?
Like Dragon Balls.
They can hide? How did they? How did that work?
Dragon Ball is probably
They were hidden.
Yeah.
Hang on. They were hidden by the gods all throughout the multiverse and also throughout time.
What? So, if in the present there might be some of the stones might not exist.
Correct.
It's a pretty good scary system.
Yeah. So yeah, when you see the thing that says in the place where horror began, there is a picture of this beside it.
Oh. Is there a way to photocopy this? And
No. You can make a note of it if you want,
maybe
though.
I'll put a picture.
Well, you can rip the page out. Get out of here, Squinty.
What are you squinting at?
place where horror began.
Fine. It'll be
It's not
fine.
If it's the Tomb of Annihilation, it is not.
It is not fine, no. The Tomb of-
No. If he said the place of horrors, it's not the Tomb of Annihilation, it's the much worse Tomb of Horrors, which is 2nd edition.
Which can only be better.
You could not be more wrong about that.
You got-
I meant for the DM.
Yeah.
Oh,
They've,
yeah.
they've already been through it before as other characters. It's fine.
My boy. Well, they have. Are they archaeologists themselves? Are they?
They're more scribes. Like they're the keepers of history and of
Can I
artifacts.
ask them for directions to the place where horror?
And yes, they unfortunately that place is lost to time at this stage.
And no, we're not going there.
Also,
You can't
yes,
make me.
we're going there. Yeah.
My man.
I feel any mistake.
Shall we find the others?
I suppose we should.
Yes.
Yes.
Also, I should send a sending.
Well, what's the range on sending?
Infinite.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Which plane are you talking about here?
You can transmit to anywhere, and there's a 5% chance it doesn't reach if they're on another plane. So if you roll a 1 and they're on another plane, they don't get the message.
Couldn't you actually?
25 words though.
Yeah.
Couldn't you send a message to someone in Mechanicus to come pick Stevie up?
I mean, I could try.
You
No.
need to know the person specifically that you're trying to message.
Yeah.
Because you have met the council members, you are capable of sending messages to them.
That. So, just need to figure out what we're going to say to the council members in 25 words.
Well,
Where the fuck are you? You can respond. Can they respond to this
Yes.
message?
You can respond to this message.
Where the fuck are you? You can respond to this message.
Well, we should probably include the shadows are gone
Yeah.
for now.
That's it.
We could
You work
use.
it out on the way. Let's go track down the rest of
okay.
it. You owe us money.
Rescues are extra.
Rescues incur a finder's fee.
You bastard. Alrighty, so any more time-ish activities you guys wish to partake in, or are you just going to meet up at the barracks?
So we would just meet up there.
This is going to see if the blacksmith is back yet.
You do find him. He is back. He is helping to. He's basically building nails
Okay.
because they need.
Hi.
Hello.
Well, I know that you're obviously not going to have time to work on that today.
Yeah, you are correct. Yes.
What is the timeline you expect now?
If I can get some free time, I could probably get it done in. It's nearly done, and you can see like it's like essentially got one of the tines is missing because it was being shortened down and reshaped. Yeah, just got to reattach that bit and just neaten it up. So a couple of hours, but I really don't have the time at this stage. He's just banging out his nails.
Okay, so maybe when you get the chance, send me a message and let me know it's done.
Okay. I might need a little extra coin because I'm actually capable of doing. You mean magical message or just send a messenger or what? Where will you be?
Don't know. Hands him like 5 gold pieces.
You go. Thank you. That will help. He puts it in his apron. And just goes back to hammering his nails. Yes, I will send you a message once it has been completed.
Just try not to make it too long.
I will do my best. At this stage, Roosh and Zaz show up, followed shortly behind by by Indy and and Mendel. It's a hard name to break, I tell you. Yeah, I'm used to saying your fake name and not your real name. So, right, so you are now all once more reunited.
I think I have my message wrote down.
Well, that's good.
So what did I miss?
Do you still have the
Yes. Do you want it? No. Because it's mine. And also I don't trust you.
Yeah. Make a deception check.
Ooh, 7.
Yeah, you're fairly certain he's lying.
Shadow's gone for now. Where are you? Need to fix city. Support needed. We have fixed the surface vehicle. You can reply to this message.
Ooh, got it.
So who are you sending to?
what did I miss here?
No.
Which council member should I message?
Probably one of the alive ones. The one I got this from,
Freya.
it was Breya,
You reckon she's more likely to be alive than the other two?
potentially. I mean, if I'm perfectly frank, they all have an equal opportunity of being dead.
Exactly.
So pick one and message them.
Let's go with Freya, and if that doesn't work, I can try the other two tonight.
Yes.
Very
Right,
good.
I will send a sending message to Freya.
You send the message to
Would you
Breya.
like me to read it back to you?
I got the message. Thank you. You send the message to Breya, and there is like the message. You get the like the received signal. Like so, you see that the person has seen and read the message,
They've left you unsent.
but they haven't. And then there is you wait, and there is no reply.
I hate it when it's
You say ... then it goes away. So
The worst kind of person.
I really, really, really want to have another 3rd level spell slot so I can just reply back, you bitch!
You just reduce your sentences by 2 words and just tack it on the end.
But I mean, that would indicate
You can
that she's
reply
at
to
least
this
alive,
message,
though, wouldn't
Sorry.
it? That would imply that she is alive, though, wouldn't it?
Yes.
Correct. Yes.
So she's alive,
But she's just
she
ignoring
received a message, she just isn't sending one back. which either means she's hiding from us.
Or she can't speak because you
It's
need to.
telepathy.
You need to. No, it isn't. You have to speak out loud.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's like message. You need to whisper the words.
Well, I think it's telepathy. Sending?
Components: verbal, somatic, and materials.
Yeah.
Yeah, but read the.
You send a short message of 25 words or less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender but knows you, and can answer in a like manner immediately. The spell enables the creature with intelligence scores of at least 1 to understand the meaning of the message.
Yeah. So you need to be able to.
Okay.
You need to be able to
What's
speak.
The,
Verbal.
yeah, but what's the other one?
Sending a message. You mean?
There's another one that I think that's non-verbal.
Straight telepathy.
No, I'd just be telepathy. Yeah. As you point a finger towards creature in range and whisper a message. Yeah, same thing with
So,
message. Yeah.
Either she's ignoring me,
Or she can't speak. Yeah.
or she can't speak.
Or she's behind
Does that
it.
mean that she could be, if she was unconscious, then she wouldn't be able to receive the message, right?
Yeah.
So she's awake. Maybe she's dying of thirst on the surface.
Or perhaps she's behind the whole thing.
Well, regardless, Zars thinks Zars should head to surface.
Yeah. So, I don't know about you guys, but I've been thinking that we should probably go and chase down the other counselors and at least get some understanding from a top level of what's going on here. They're probably more useful to the city here, organising things and helping poor Jarrus figure out what to do next, considering they are the brains of our society. The guard captain.
Oh,
Yeah, you didn't meet him though.
He's off his rocker trying to do the job of 4 council members plus his own.
right. Shall we head then?
So we're going back to the service?
Yeah.
I mean,
I guess so.
is he driving again?
Look, you can rock, paper, scissors to see who gets to drive.
It's paper boulder shears.
Parchment.
Parchment boulder shears. So that was it. Yeah.
Well, let's decide first before go.
I love parchment boulder shears. That was such a good one.
Decide before go. Who would drive?
Honestly, I think there's only one person here who's had the most experience driving this thing.
Zars will shoot you with fireballs.
And I'll shoot you with a pistol.
Zars is immune to bullets. It's fine. Try me, boy.
Can we
You're not so bad after all.
What's going on here?
Let's go.
So, I lead him to the center square because the teleportation circle should be functional there.
You go make an investigation when you get to the central.
Oh, not as good. 13.
13. You're looking around and you can't find where the portal comes out.
Is there like a fountain?
There is a fountain, yes.
Investigate the fountain.
Okay.
Would you like an assist?
I would like an assist.
I would
What are
give
you
you an
looking
assist.
towards us?
So it's a central square. There is a fountain. It is actually currently dry. You remember it has never actually worked before.
Yeah.
But it has a statue of a hammer mounted on the top of it.
Zars hunt 27.
27.
Zars hunt teleport zone.
Right, so you notice that in the fountain are the runes,
So the fountain itself is the.
and with your 27, you notice that there are the symbols of the different locations around the. Actually, no. This one only has the one.
Well, yeah.
It just has the image of the citadel on the top of the hammer.
I gesture for everyone to like climb into, climb into the fountain and climb up to the top like the sigil is a gesture. Zars, come on, first. Zars.
I mean,
I will step inside the fountain.
yep. What are you trying to climb up there for?
Stars, what if this is only a deposit? What if it doesn't take?
Then nothing happened.
Mrs. takes the stairs.
Okay.
Mage hand?
Are you in the fountain, Indy, or are you?
I could do it with mage hand.
Okay.
I'll press once everyone who's going in the fountain is in the fountain, I'll press the sigil with mage hand.
You push the sigil with mage hand, and nothing happens.
That's disappointing. Oh,
Alright.
guess we take the stairs.
So,
Where did we leave?
Mr. is now up on the head of everyone.
oh, I was forgetting about Stevie. Stevie was with you at your house. He's just been quietly following you around. So
So I just assume it's like a very tall, obnoxious pediment that follows.
pretty much, yeah. But this one's like, hey everyone, hi.
I don't know, I like it.
Obnoxious, not the word. I mean like, not stealthy.
Yeah.
is where I was
Yes,
going with
yes.
it.
Yeah, he's very ostentatious.
That's the word.
Yeah, he's a walking gold star. So-
A sign that we did good.
yeah, with 5 faces. So,
Oh,
I
dear.
don't have to.
Creepy at all.
yeah. Well, if you look at him, he's got each of his tendril hands has got a face on it.
Yes, it's very creepy.
Yeah. And what he does is that he rotates the one that hangs directly in the middle is the one that talks. So occasionally he'll just rotate around and he'll be talking with a different mouth. It's still the same voice, but that's
Alright, we'll take the stairs then.
okay. And Stevie goes, "Yay, the stairs!" And he actually begins to cartwheel. He turns himself into a wheel and actually just rolls up the stairs. He's like, and he passes you. He's like, "Woo!"
How narrow are these stairs?
Oh, they're wide. It's a pretty wide area. Yeah. So you eventually make your way back up to the top of the council chambers. And it is as you left it. The guards, there are 2 guards posted to not let anyone in, but when they see that it's you, they wave you through. They've accosted Stevie and told him to stop. So you guys catch up with Stevie.
He's with us.
And he goes, "Yeah, I'm with them." Very well. And they part their spears and allow you all to pass. And you're now in the hall leading towards the council chamber.
And this is going to go straight for the vehicle.
Okay.
You said that you looked through one of the council.
Yeah, so I make sure the guards aren't in any shop. I looked through Brea's room,
Should we
investigate the
have a
others.
look for papers?
I think so. I think between Roosh and I will investigate the remaining 3
Okay.
chambers.
And we'll tell the guards that we're looking for clues to the council's whereabouts.
Very good.
Because they disappeared without telling anyone where they were going.
Mm-hmm.
Like responsible adults.
Just a smidgen of anger.
All right. So whose room are you?
Abandoned their city.
Which room do we wish to investigate first?
I will investigate the dark gnome,
I will
whose
go
name
for the
I cannot
halfling.
pronounce.
Oh yeah. You are checking.
Equipable lock.
Yeah, Equipable lock. Yes.
I'm checking his room first.
Okay.
And I will go to Elton.
All right. So you attempt to open the door and it is locked.
Roosh? No, not Roosh. You've already gone off, haven't you?
Yeah, I'm familiarised.
Oh, you're doing Elton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Her door is open.
You watch, we'll be mending that later.
Guards,
Yes, sir.
do you have the key to this room?
I'm afraid not.
Right. Can you turn away for a second? I'm going to break the lock.
Oh,
To
okay.
investigate the room. I just, it's a thing.
Give me 2 seconds. 23.
What were you doing?
Investigating Elton's room.
Oh, right. Okay, cool. So what were you looking
They're
for?
confused enough at this
Papers,
point.
things that might indicate where they're going and why they fled,
Turn this up.
anything to lead to the catastrophe,
Not really.
anything
the
often suspicious.
you do probably the only thing that really
How about you let me?
the only thing that really catches your eye is there is a a chart of something that you don't quite recognize, and it appears to be a series of dots with circles. And you looking at them, and you see that one of the circles has got the label of El Terrell on it.
Can I draw it
Yes.
in my notepad?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Do you want me to?
Yeah, that'd be easier if you draw it.
I will draw it for you. Just so make sure I get this correct.
So let's come look at this.
Sorry,
Where's
this is-
Player's handbook?
Does is assisting in the unlocking of a door.
Sorry, Mendel, sorry, doors, and sorry to just kind of
El Terrell, you say?
Careful,
Yes.
careful.
What?
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, that's
I was
alright.
watching it. I had my eye on
I'm
it.
like,
I come look
I
at
was being very
the
careful.
map
Chart.
drawing thing.
Look at this.
Let me finish doing the
I
drawing.
was looking at the. She was
That's-
pointing up here, and I'm like,
that's
oh
a
my
fan.
god.
I'm
it's-
assuming it's on the wall.
It is. It's on. Yeah. It's on the wall above a desk.
That's bad.
Yeah, I know. It's just when I had the light, I'm like,
Because
what's
I
up?
don't have a
Ah.
picture to show you yet, because Tim is drawing it.
Alright.
Blind people.
It's like cards and stuff.
Yeah.
Wagons?
Mm.
Chariots.
Wagons, cars,
Um,
chariots.
Yeah, my character has proficiency in land vehicles, which is why I'm.
If you tap on the thing on your phone, does it open up and show you?
It
the
should
little
actually
map?
show me. Is it working?
Alright, so, sorry, I fucked up a little bit on it, but that's basically what you see.
Which one is El Terrell?
Terrell is that one there.
Tarrell?
That's what
Tyrell?
Torrell. Is it El Terrell? Yeah.
It's under
It's,
like the equipment section. I think.
and you know that that is the name
It's
of
about
the land
120
that you are on, the rock
on the
that you
page.
are on.
Because I know it's around that section. It's about 100.
It's us.
Oh.
That's us.
That doesn't look good.
Do you think that's the sun?
I think that's the sun.
Would that be a fair assumption?
That's a fair assumption, yes.
So it's after that equipment section there. So after you get the normal table stuff, it's like 2 pages
It looks
after.
like they know that we're spinning towards the sun.
Why you didn't tell us?
Well, why would you?
So I just would like to know. He is on rock, spinning towards giant ball of
And
fire.
what are you gonna do about it?
Make myself immune to fire damage.
And what about the other people?
Am I wrong?
And what about the other people? Like me?
Well, then I'd make you immune to
Just making
fire.
sure
You're
I'm
missing.
And what
efficiency
about the
bonus.
rest of the people in this city?
So while they're doing that, I'm just going to see if I can figure out how this.
Yeah, yeah. So you sit in the
Obviously,
machine and you start filling
You're
in
not
the
gonna
controls.
tell people because that will inspire panic.
That
And
is
that's bad.
That's what he tells us.
22.
They don't know you're intelligent.
This is
Because you won't
I
tell
know
anyone.
how to write.
Zeus does not trust
It's-
people. Zaz goes back to see how Mendel's doing with the lock.
Yeah, so with the lock, I
uh,
use my thieves tools
Mhm.
with a 19 on the dice. Do you want to
Yeah,
check of
yeah.
something?
Yeah, you're yeah. So you easily unlock the door.
I
Yeah,
will
it's
try
done.
toggle.
Zaz will step inside
Do
and
this video
investigate.
Yeah,
Does it require
I will.
a lock door check?
Would you like me
But
to
it's-
investigate with you?
Well, I got 26.
Alright, so I'll say so. As you enter the room, you see an even darker room than what you were used to. This is almost like pitch black. It's very very homey for
Yeah,
you.
it feels great. I love this room.
There is, and it looks like there's some sort of fight has actually taken place in this room as well.
Oh dear.
So like there's the bed. There's like a big four-poster bed. There's like cloth over it. That's all been like ripped to pieces. The bed sheets have been tossed. There's like books and papers just strewn about all over the place.
Yeah, so I'll do a general investigation of the room, see if I can find any like paperwork or anything that's been left over.
Okay, so make a
So 26.
26 for your investigation. You don't find anything immediately of interest in terms of, like, it's mostly just papers on the comings and goings of the city. But as you move through the room, you do catch something sitting in the corner of the room.
I'll walk over and have a look.
Okay. As you approach what is in the corner, a dark hand reaches out and
It beeps at
and
me.
beeps at you and gives you an.
Oh no, I got a 1 on my fear check. I'm very frightened of this beeping hand.
I don't want to fuck off. He wants to reset my thing. So, give me a sec here. I told you. Oh, that's right. I set the time wrong. I'm turning into Daz from Daz Games. I was like, Linda!
I have a first games mug.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, fuck, that's not what I want.
I wanted the pop socket, but they were out of them.
Alrighty, so this makes an attack against you.
Rude.
That wasn't me.
A 24.
Yeah, no, that hits.
Okay. You take 13 necrotic damage, and your strength score is reduced by 2.
Shadow.
Yeah, it's gone to the only dark place in
Place
the whole
in the
city. And you walked in and poked it.
Yeah. All right, let's do some initiative then. Give me a sec. Yes. Well, you don't have to. You're not there.
You're not there, and you're nowhere near it, so
No,
you don't have to
no,
worry
no.
about it.
Are you gonna squeal?
That's not good.
Oh, shit. Initiative of 0.
I mean, I rolled a 3 to a 5, so
I rolled a 4.
go us.
Dun 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 dun. Bum, 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 bum. Where?
Yes, I shout the name of basically all of the gods.
Buddha, Zeus, God, one of you guys, do something!
Just shout Roosh. in a
I'm
really
sorry,
cranky
I
voice.
just got attacked by a shadow.
I mean,
Help, Satan! You owe me! Ooh!
if you give it like
Not entirely incorrect.
if you give it about 6 seconds, you'll hear bang from a gun.
I just love that. That was from Futurama.
Yeah.
Buddha, Zeus, God, one of you guys, do something! Help, Satan! You owe me!
Red water halfling.
Oops, I did. Well, I didn't know there was one there.
There wasn't one there. It was
Alright, so pop yourself.
Where is over
Yeah,
here?
you're in the corner.
So
there.
I would have been in.
You were at the door because you unlocked it for me.
Unless you thought
It was
you were help.
in here.
Yeah, I just tried to complete that.
Well done.
What'd you do?
Clean up the base that wasn't blue tacked out.
See it.
Alrighty, so let me do some dice rolling here. Alright, so,
Because I think you were that one.
so bad guy initiative.
This one.
Hold on, that one. I think this one that was me. But I bought a halfling. So
Alright.
Well, I mean, really, I should probably get.
Alright, so, for those of you that are rolling for initiative, 20.
we're all under 10.
Oh, shit, okay.
Yeah.
Well, the
Like-
shadow rolled a 10. Okay.
Ask us
So actually,
who's
what-
under 5.
Okay, so what did you get, Rooch?
6.
Okay, cool. So 6, 5, and 0.
Right.
Yes, I
Indy,
rolled.
are you rolling for the initiative or no?
Oh, I will. I will.
Well, I was saying, well, either thing. Were you investigating the ruins with them, or did you go with Nissa to go to the Beholder?
I was
Okay, then so you don't know what's going on. All right.
Too far away.
So Shadow. Sorry. So it was
Me?
Roosh,
Then
Mendel,
and then me.
and then Dead Man.
Yes.
Alright. Okie dokie. So, it takes. Oh, hang on, let's put some spooky battle music on.
Where's Stevie in all this?
Oh, good call. Stevie. Oh, he's got to roll the 5 for his initiative. Yeah, he's wherever Roosh is currently.
In the other room.
I don't know whether we can fit through the door.
Well, yeah.
He's
that's the
probably
thing.
standing in the doorway.
Yeah, he can fit through the door. He just needs to go. He just needs to make himself thin. 'Cause he's very flexible, so he can actually fit into spaces you wouldn't regularly think he could. Buddha, Zeus, God, one of you guys, do something. Help Satan, you're me. Woo! My favourite opening to a Futurama episode was that set of lines.
So good.
Alrighty. The shadow attacks you again for a 20 to hit.
Yeah, right, yes.
Okay.
I don't think you can stand up after this one.
Oh no, I've got a plan.
10 damage,
Okay, cool, yeah.
and your strength is again reduced by 1. And then emerging from this corner of the room,
Oh.
another shadow moves at you.
Okay, guys, I got a plan, except I didn't see that one.
Oh, that's it. And this one fails to hit you.
Oh.
Only rolls a 7. And that is it for them. Roosh, you're up. You hear a scream from one of the other rooms as the battle commences.
Oh, Zaz, what did you prick your finger on this time? I will toddle out of my room. And
Can someone photo that for us, please, too?
how far away was Elton's room?
Oh, about 10 feet. Like, the door is actually, like, across from...
Okay.
You're actually on the other side of the hallway,
So I was heading from Elton's room to Tarbok's room.
which is down further this way, so you'd be probably here at the end of the hall.
Yeah, so I will... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5 or I have 6? I have 5.
You can only have 5, yeah.
Most of us can only do 5.
God damn being small. Peering around the door. Going, oh shit.
Yeah, you see Zaz, but you see him like surrounded in darkness. It's very difficult to make out what it is that you're dealing with
I just put something in.
because there are actually no torches in that room.
Zaz, what's going on?
I'm just being attacked by shadows. It's fine. I'm not in pain. I'm in extreme amounts of pain.
Rocks.
Oh,
What?
sorry. Give me 1 second here.
There are actually 5 shadows in this room.
No, they can do hide as a bonus action, and because the room is actually dimly lit. So, all right. So you actually look in the room, you don't actually see anything. They just go. They actually disappear.
I'm going to...
Unless you want to try and make a perception check to spot them. That's up to you.
do that.
No, you do not.
I can't see what's going on. Zaz is shrieking at me about shadows and hurting. So can't really see. Mandel's in the way. I will cast. I will hold a. Oh, no, I can't do that because I have to be within touch distance of you to cast that damn spell.
will hold a second level healing word spell in case SARS takes damage.
Okay. Mendel, you've seen the shadows and you've seen them hide, so you can make a perception with advantage to spot where they are currently.
19 plus stuff.
Yep, so you see them both.
Okay. Let's do this. 1, 2. So can I get into like this space here, or is that a bookshelf?
That's a cabinet. Yeah, you can't actually get to that space.
Alright, fine. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to use my dash action
Mm-hmm.
to pull.
Mm-hmm.
So I will probably get opportunity.
Yeah.
So I've still got 5 feet left, which puts me at a total of 30.
Mm-hmm.
So 5, 10, 15 as I just like run in and grab Zaz and I yank him out.
Alright, you... Ooh. 20 to hit.
You know what? Shield.
Shield? Alright, cool. Done.
The other thing I should have done is when the shadow that did hit me, I'll use Hellish Rebuke.
Go for it.
So I think just a... Yes, it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah.
No, it's fail.
So yeah, it's like
I'm pretty sure this is halved because they have resistance to fire damage.
They do.
So it takes 13 halved is 7.
6. Yeah, 7.
7 points of fire damage.
yeah. So like, I run in, I pull Zaz out, and you see this blue shimmer just go.
Yeah. You see like a hand attempt to hit.
Oh, those shadows.
Alright, Zaz, you're up.
I've got 2 options, and I think, given that they did 23 points of damage and knocked me down to strength 5,
Where's Stevie?
Oh, thank you, I keep forgetting.
he goes before me, doesn't he?
Yeah, he does. Yeah. I don't think he's actually going to be any help in this fight, if I'm
No, I
perfect.
just meant like he could come and block the doorway so we can't get out. That's probably what he'd do.
There's like, what's going on?
Yeah, just stop anyone from leaving.
Hang on. I think he's just going to be distracted by a butterfly that doesn't actually exist. So,
Don't mind using.
oh,
shield for that.
okay. He has a thing he can do. He's just going to, like, Stevie he'll get beside where Roosh is. Yeah, he'll just stand there and say, "Hey, what's going on in there?" And he'll just stand there. That's all he's going to do. All right, now Zaz, you're up.
Cool, I'm going to cast Fuck This Shit I'm Out, which is Rope Trip, and then climb up the rope into the extra dimensional plane, and then pull the rope up behind me.
Okay. So a rope appears out of nowhere, and Zaz scrambles up it.
Well, yeah, because if I don't pull the rope up, the shadows can follow
Now
me.
here's the question.
Can they? Well, in that case, because I was presuming it was
No,
a
no,
sealed space.
no.
It's not a sealed space. There's an open hole
But if you
through
pull,
which you can see.
yes, yeah.
Yeah, but
I don't think
see you.
Yeah, I don't think people can pursue you
No.
through it.
I don't think they can.
Yeah.
Read-
No,
it's
I
in a
read
spell.
that earlier. It's still you can't.
Yeah.
To touch a rope, like the rope is up to 60 feet long, one of the rope has a continuous whole rope is perpendicular. At the upper end of the invisible entrance into exponential space.
Spells, attacks and spells cannot cross through the entrance in or out of the extra entrance, but those inside can see out as though through
doesn't
a.
actually say anything about.
Yeah, so they could chase you inside.
Alright, well in that case.
Yeah.
I'll just cast Misty Step.
Okay.
You gotta see where
You gotta see where you're going.
Man.
So you can
Oh, I can just
behind me.
walk out.
Yeah.
Walk to here, poke my head around the corner, and then.
There you go. You're good.
pop away.
I don't know if that wouldn't be my trigger.
No.
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 I mean, well, no, because what was your trigger?
She was gonna heal if you got hit.
Yes. No.
Alright. Cool. So that's it for you, Zaz?
That's all for me.
Alright. So the shadows will move up and will attempt.
Oh, those shadows.
Yes, you see them emerge and they come towards Mendel.
Thankfully.
Ooh, a natural 1 and a natural 2.
Okay, well.
It's good.
I can't today.
I'm just too,
Blackness washes over
yeah.
you.
I'm just too shadowy. Roosh, you're up.
Turn undead.
Okay.
Fuck off.
Seeing as they got stuff for us.
Now what's the save?
13.
13. What one is it though?
Wisdom.
Wisdom. Oh fuck! I was in the wrong bloody tab. Wisdom. Okay, they have wisdom is 0. One of them shits itself and runs. The other one does not.
Actually, you've got break destroy undead now, don't you?
Yeah,
Since you're
level 5 you should have channel divinities.
Your destroy undead should.
When an undead fails at saving throw against your turn undead feature, it is instantly destroyed if its critical rating is lower than the threshold shown in the destroy.
Which I think is a half now.
That is their challenge rating. So the one that
But it
it just explodes into nothingness.
That feels
Cool.
so much better.
Channel divinity at level 5, yo.
Yeah.
You go.
So that's an action, isn't it?
Yeah.
Channel divinity, no action. Turn undead, 1 action.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, I just realised my strength saving throw was now -3.
Is that minus 7?
No,
I'm sorry, are
I'm
you
at
on
5.
7?
He's on
I'm
5.
at 5. Which is why I teleported out, because if they hit me again, both of them, they'll probably kill me.
Kill him. Yeah.
Yeah, just straight up kill.
Straight
So
up kill.
I will.
Yeah. I only rolled 1s on the
1,
drains each
2,
time. So.
3,
Thank
Super
God.
lucky.
and
Actually, because it's D4, isn't it? So you just could have straight up killed me.
Yeah.
Did it hide again at the end of its action?
No, because it was moving because there's light coming in through the doorway. There wasn't enough for it to hide.
Yep. And I move.
Cool.
And yeah, that's it.
Okay, Mendel.
Alright. Well. My light hammer's got like 1d4 minus 1. So I'm gonna have to shoot my pistol.
What's 1d5 minus 1? What?
No, so my light hammer is 1d4 minus 1.
Oh, right, because of the strength.
Because it's strength
Yeah,
modifier.
right.
Unfortunately, though, you are not at disadvantage because you're flanking.
I
Well.
am.
So you're just straight roll.
Straight roll.
Because they're inside the shadow. It's fine.
So we will shoot with
I
the
just have this
pistol.
vision in my head of me pulling out my mending hammer and going,
Oh,
that's a
now,
1,
I've
sorry.
got a new
Just do that to everything we go. Oops, you're dead now.
picture.
Oops,
Yeah, but then you also-
one square foot of you has
Integrated.
disintegrated.
You also
away.
run the very real chance of rolling
Oh,
a
no,
20
so
and
that's-
making the
oh,
situation
sorry.
worse.
Oof. Even with.
And she tried to break down a door and she turned it into an iron door.
11 to hit.
We'll miss, unfortunately.
Yep.
Alright, Zaz. Oh, Stevie. Stevie goes, damn it, guys, you're in the way!
We can't let it get out.
And
Go
now
help
it's,
Zaz.
now it's Zaz.
Go help Zaz.
Alright.
I'm gonna cast. Hold on. I might not need help, but I'm still gonna need help. But I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds on myself.
Okay.
That's the first level. So I'll heal up for. Going to be 8. 5 points of damage.
I'm taking you in.
Yeah, let's take that bit out.
That's all I'm going to do because Stevie is safely in the way.
That's good now.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, you piece of shit. There we go. The shadow will look to you, Roosh, and attempt to whack you
Fashion.
for a nothing. And knowing it is in deep shit now, Francis, it will.
The cleric has arrived.
Yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
So both of you are going to get opportunity attacks. Just going to try and flee into the darkness to hide. Mendel.
Hmm?
You get an
Sorry.
opportunity attack.
It's running away.
Oh,
10.
nice.
10, that misses.
15 on the crown was what I actually wanted.
With plus 6, 19.
19, that will hit.
Yeah, so that is 10 points of magical piercing.
Magical piercing. Cool. You see a massive chunk of it just go flying off, and then you see it disappear into the corner, and just it's going to go over here. And then you see it just fade slightly.
What's this?
That is a bed.
Is there like a bedpost?
It's a 4-poster bed. Yes.
Cool.
Roosh, you're up.
1, 2.
Well, you can make a
3,
perception check to see if you can spot it if you
4.
like to.
I'm gonna cast light on the corner.
Oh no! It's like very good.
Light. Fuck you.
It is well illuminated now.
It's like, oh, fuck, light, my only weakness.
It's like, bright light, my one weakness. Mendel.
Well, there's no light there currently, is there?
Oh, there is now. She
Oh,
just,
I just cast
she lit the bed up.
So I can see it?
Yeah.
I'm
Oh
gonna
yeah.
fucking shoot that thing. Probably not. 11.
11? No. The bullet ricochets over right past your ear and then hits in the wall.
The shadow, not me.
Yeah.
And
Well, it actually hits your shadow, not the shadow.
The other shadow.
Zard's. Yeah, Stevie's just like, I'm here to help you.
Move out of the way, please.
And he starts backing up because the hallway is as wide as he is. So,
Well, what's his speed? That should be enough for me to get.
yeah.
I have it cornered.
Because you're not tiny, are you?
No, it's
Yeah.
not.
Everyone's small.
Yeah, so you can't move through their space yet.
Okay.
Except for you halflings, yeah.
Mm.
So it's taking 10 points of damage, hasn't it?
It has, yes.
Oh, come in here. And you were like, I came into not the point. Scorching ray.
Make your attack.
The lowest is 9.
Okay, Matt misses.
11.
Misses.
12.
Hits.
Okay. So, 2 or 4.
Oh, you mean I've been off one?
That's what I'm saying, you hit the wrong shadow. So you hit a shadow, just not the shadow.
Fuck me. It takes a mighty 7 points of fire damage.
For fire damage? Okay.
Is that already half?
That's pre-half. So
Pre-half, so 4.
So I
Cool.
rolled a 1, a 2, and a 3.
It's looking very hurt. And very annoyed because being like, I can't fucking hide!
Oh, shit,
One
I
thing...
just walked back. Yeah, so it's fine.
That's right. One thing I will say now, because there is light in the room, you actually see there is a lump in the bed.
You've ruined the aesthetic of this entire room, honestly.
So then the shadow will then turn. You're basically standing on, like you kick something hard as you're standing on the bed.
Found a counselor. I'm glad I didn't.
Ooh, shit! All right, so it hits you for 23 to hit.
That hits.
All right. Oh shit. 13 points of damage, and you lose 2 strength points.
Also, if you want to do that, if you tap on the score, so like strength,
So it's just -1 to whatever your current stat is.
yeah, but you can override it, so it's a bit easier to keep track of. And then you can
Especially if it hits you
override.
more than once.
Yeah.
And because it has no place to hide, it will just stay where it is.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? No, it's going to try and run again. So it's going to hit you, and then it's going to try and go to the opposite corner. Because there is a shadow there, so you get your uppy attack on it.
I rolled the same number.
Okay, it thinks it's hidden. It's not really sure.
Yes,
Yeah,
I am
yeah.
perfectly
It's
hidden.
just in the corner like this. So
1, 2.
you still need to roll to you see where it went. You still need to roll to spot it. Otherwise, you're fighting with disadvantage. So. Yeah, you see it. Yeah. It rolled a mighty 9 total on its stealth.
Well, that was my good roll for my attack. I'm now going to miss.
Oh, we'll be fine.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to stay there in front of the light.
And make it.
Make a dexterity saving throw. 'Cause
Ah.
then I don't have to roll to hit it.
There you go. Now you're thinking. Yeah, that's a 6.
Alright. 2d8.
Evil laughter.
Wait, 2d8? It doesn't matter. It has 2 hit points left. So no matter what you roll, you kill it.
11 radiant.
Yeah. It goes, ah!
So 22 then.
22.
Yes.
You kill it 3 times.
You basically one shot.
Yeah. Well, she did one shot one of them with her turn undead.
Yeah, with turn undead, but
Yeah.
Now she can do groups of it just with an AoE attack.
Yeah, spare the radiance. Word of radiance is 2d6
Turn the
now.
light off.
I change it to red.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's still ruining
Um,
the aesthetic.
Well, look, I can't see without it, and considering I'm standing on a counselor, I kind of want to know what's going on.
Oh shit, is he dead?
Well, he didn't respond when I kicked him, so I'm gonna go with yes.
Yeah, I know. He just goes, I'm not dead.
Is he actually?
He's not dead. No.
Are you awake?
Yes.
Alright, let's get you up.
Thank you.
Wait. You mean to tell me there's actually a counselor in here?
Yes.
How
What are you
bad?
doing?
Are you badly hurt?
No, I'm just really dirty and scared.
Fair enough.
Yeah, so it's you see Icky Pobbleblock emerge from under the sheets. Yeah, thank you. He sort of just like around your knees like, oh.
That's alright.
Are you hurt at all?
I'm fine. I'm just really tired. You say,
How old does he look now?
he looked old to begin with, so
Hard to tell.
hard to tell. Yeah, but he does look a little bit emaciated, and he looks like he's been crying a lot. He's like really swollen eyes.
There, that's fine. We're more than happy to rescue folk for the,
Mandel,
Hold off
Yeah.
on the finder's fee until we've, Right. I realise that you're just a little bit distressed. Just a smidge.
Bad
Could
music
you-
says so as well.
we'll step out of your room so that you can take some time to
No. I don't trust that there's not another shadow in here.
look. I will stand in the middle and I will pulse.
Alright.
I cast Word of Radiance.
Okay, there's nothing that you notice.
I go into this corner and I cast Word of Radiance.
Same thing.
I go into this corner and I cast Word of Radiance. I go into this corner
Small
and I cast
magical
Word of Radiance.
explosion. Alright, fine. We'll step outside. You can compose yourself. We need to discuss.
Wash your face. Put some clean clothes on.
Yeah, he just stumbled out of the room. He's like what's been going on? What happened?
Those things that were in your room
Yes.
have killed half the city.
Oh.
And so, Jareth needs your help because the other council members are either missing or in hiding also. Or dead.
It's, what was the word I was looking for? Yeah. Breya and Tarvok, I saw them departing down the escape tunnel.
Tarbok is currently in the temple.
Oh,
without breathing.
Very much, unconscious to a second degree.
He's been shot.
It would seem that Breya is the only one on that mission currently.
Question for you,
We change
friend. Was Breyer in the habit of carrying a gun?
She did, yes.
Okay, so she's shot Tarbok
So
then.
she shot Tarvok.
Well, that explains why she. That explains
Why
why
she
she
didn't
didn't respond to
your
my
message.
message.
It seems, friend, because I can't pronounce your name.
Yeah, just call me Eki.
Okay, it seems Eki, Breya is a traitor to the cause.
Where's Elton?
I haven't seen her since the attack.
Okay.
Have we checked her room yet?
I checked her room. I found a chart in there, remember?
Right.
But I didn't check her bed. Or
Go kick
under her bed.
Go
So
kick her
I'm
bed.
gonna go do that.
You investigate under the bed and you find her dead body.
Found her. She is not alive.
Do you know how she died? Like,
2 seconds. Medicine. 14.
14. Looks like she died of old age.
I think the shadows got her.
right.
She's had the life sucked out of her.
So the shadows. Why was? Because we've spoken to Tarbok. Did he tell you of his mission?
No, I just knew that he was leaving to get out. That's what that tunnel was there. I was unfortunately trapped on this side of the room and was unable to.
Right.
I was unable to get to them.
Because he said he was looking for. Was it Whelm?
Yes, he was looking for one.
He was looking for Whelm, but I'm not sure why.
Well, Whelm is a legendary weapon. Maybe he felt that he needed it in order to fight whatever was coming.
Come back and
Quality
bonk
issue,
the
maybe?
shadows. Alright, so.
Really? No one?
No one.
Then you hear Stevie.
Hey, at least someone got it.
A couple more questions, since we've got you here and you're alive and well.
Mm-hmm.
A little teary, but the teleportation circle. We know that it leads to certain other locations. Why do you have it?
It came with the temple. This was an old dwarven building. This was ways
Right.
way to travel to different locations within.
Probably explains why the teleportation circles aren't in function if it wasn't built by you.
No, we certainly did not build that. No, we co-opted it with the dwarves' permission, and we built our society here. But when the citadel was originally constructed, this was a place for the dwarves to be able to travel to their other locations.
Right.
And why did it fall out of use?
Oh, just time, really.
I mean, like, why did the dwarves stop using it?
Well, they didn't stop. They didn't stop using it. We just came, and they invited us in.
So, like, when it broke, no one went to fix the problem?
I'm guessing people did. It wasn't something that we ever really discussed all that much. We had everything that we needed here. We didn't need to go other places.
Not even to say hello?
Oh, no, not really.
Oh.
Right. The fruit. Did you consume that before the shadows attacked?
We had just finished that, yes.
Well, that's something.
Yes. Time's a fun thing.
It is an odd thing, though, that obviously Freya has betrayed the city. I can't see any other reason she would execute Tarbok.
Unless Tarbok was not necessarily being truthful in his questions.
Well, he has to be truthful.
I mean, like you said, you can tell the truth, but not the whole truth.
Very true. So, Tarbok or Freya then was the traitor, but Freya isn't responding to your message,
Yes.
which is inherently suspicious. So one of the two was a traitor, and as a result Tarbok died.
Or maybe they just had an argument about who was going to drive the vehicle.
The crucial difference here being that
One of them had a gun.
yeah.
Ah,
but clearly Tarbok was not of a magical nature.
I think the more pertinent question here at the moment is, were you aware of where the secret tunnel led?
Oh, it led to the beholder construct. That was what we had.
I mean, the end of the tunnel.
That was the end of the tunnel.
So they've used the beholder construct to go to
Well,
the
that was
surface.
the whole idea. The idea was that we set it up in that location, and then if we needed to, we could tunnel to where if we needed. Tarbok had finished building it only a few months ago.
Another question that's just occurred to me. What was the name of that stronghold? The stronghold of something or other. Terrible dwarven names.
Caledon?
Yeah.
Do you know the way to that fortress?
I'm sorry, no.
Interesting. Because Tarbok did.
Well, he is a dwarf. Maybe it was something passed down to him.
So we need to get the clerics to resurrect him.
Yes. We need you to convince the clerics to resurrect Tarlock.
I will do my best.
Maybe they can help with Elton, and then you'll have 3 of the 4.
Oh, it
councillors.
depends on how Alton died. You can't resurrect someone who died of old age.
I think she died of being with slack drain.
Yeah, but I know, but if that is treated as old age, you can't
Isn't that what
resurrect them.
like true resurrection is for?
True resurrection doesn't work on dead people who died of old age.
Mm.
You literally can't bring back someone without the power of a god who died of old age.
Well, shall we pull her out? Because if she did die of shadows,
She might be resurrectable, yes.
So
if she did die of shadows, she needs to be treated as such.
Oh, you mean that?
Well, there is that too.
Alright. Retrieve her body and we'll...
Yeah.
did we find anything else interesting?
Well, there's nothing in here that could
I was
prove
about to
it.
go into Talbot's room and you squealed, so I will go and have a look.
Alright, you investigate
What
Talbot's
you
room.
talking about?
I'll go have a word.
Which one, right?
In
Alton's room.
Alton's room. You investigate Talbot's room. I'm going to go have a word of bless, guidance for your next stream check.
Thank you.
I'm going to go have a word with Nissa and Indy and let them know what's occurred.
Yes, Sars.
Because, it'll take me a little bit longer now, but that's fine. And then I think we might try and get Tarvok resurrected before we go out. If we can get an actual map to the stronghold.
That would be ideal.
Yeah. Alright.
Well, you're checking his room.
It would definitely be most interesting to see whether or not it's in the same
19.
direction
19.
as that track earlier.
You do actually find on his desk there is an open book, and he's actually circled certain passages, and it is in Dwarvish, and it says that. One moment.
There would be really central there with the music box.
Where am I looking here? Da-da-da.
How do we get our string?
You take a short rest.
Is it short rest or long?
Short or long.
We can do that while we still drunk.
Good.
It actually shows in the book. It tells the tale of the. It actually is the history of the forge. This book has actually been really, really bad, and it explains that the forge is in the far east at the top of the track of the Broken Blade, which is...
Which probably explains why they're heading due east.
which is at the top of the Stone Tooth Mountains. And... the Stone Tooth Mountain, sorry. And I think there would be a good point
I'm gonna take the book.
to end. So thank you all for listening, and we'll see you in the next D&D Blender.